I am so tardy to the party on this subject, and I'm downright ashamed of myself for being this late. I need to be more educated on alpha male boot camps because this is glorious. A lot of YouTubers have talked about this recently. It's called the MDK Project, the Modern Day Knight Project. And basically, you pay $18,000 to spend 3 days getting blasted with a hose and digging your own grave while being yelled at. But you know what? Let's go ahead and hear them out. How much does this project cost? The project is $18,000. However, this is not just for the 75-hour experience, but also a 12-month in-depth coaching and mentorship program that focuses on developing an even higher level of personal excellence, self-mastery, leadership, and even more financial freedom. More like the lack thereof financial freedom, $18,000 in the shitter for this, and all you do is get a monthly Zoom call with some goofballs that'll just bestow upon you the wisdom of drop shipping. But, sorry, there's still a very important sentence here. But the cost of not experiencing the project and mastermind and not becoming the leader, husband, and father you're meant to be is much more expensive in the long run. I'm convinced. Sign me up. I'm losing money by not investing in this course right now. $18,000 to get shot with a hose sounds pretty good when they put it this way. Because I wasn't thinking long term, right? It's $18,000 now up front into their piggy bank, but think about 10 years from now. It's going to cost me so much more money by not having that experience, because then I'm not going to be the leader and husband I was meant to be. Because as a leader and a husband, you're always getting hit with hoses. So we need to learn how to defend ourselves and how to become a real man. And the only way to do that is by taking this 3-day course where you just get waterboarded and yelled at. And also the Zoom call is a nice cherry on top. Who doesn't want a monthly Zoom call with the boys, especially when they're as successful as these gentlemen here? Look at this star-studded cast of superstars. World champion athletes, special operation vets, world-class thought leaders. Which, by the way, I love that term, a thought leader. I think about success. I'm one of the best people in the world at thinking about being successful. You need to learn from my thoughts. I know it has a real definition, but it's still so fucking goofy that they advertise that here. And of course, 8 to 9 figure generating entrepreneurs. And also, the head honcho is going to share with you the same empire building strategies that he used to create multiple 7, 8, and 9 figure companies from the ground up. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the Krabby Patty secret formula even without investing the $18,000. Hopefully this doesn't get me sued. I imagine those galaxy brain lucrative strategies all revolved around taking advantage of desperate, vulnerable men that are willing to pay $18,000 to LARP as some kind of soldier for 3 days under the impression that it's somehow going to make them a better man or a more financially successful one. I'm just spitballing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to break the magician's code, but I think that's probably how he generates so much money, is by exploiting that desperation. These men are sadly the coin block, and he is Mario, constantly jumping up to pop a few extra coins out of there. He is selling to your insecurities, and you're buying in a big way. He's making a ton of money off of this shit. But you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe he's got a good heart here, and the lessons at the MDK program are invaluable. So let's go ahead and take one of their big selling points of the 3-day experience that's going to shatter your self-doubt and limiting beliefs, gain clarity in your life's work and purpose, heal from trauma that makes you feel broken and unworthy, and dig deep into your past to uncover the experiences holding you back. Let's see how they help tap into that and help you heal from trauma, for starters.
Shut up! One more fucking word, you're gone. I'm not fucking around. Shut up, stop rolling your fucking eyes, stop asking for fucking electrolytes, and be a fucking man. I don't give a fuck what you do when you're home. You are not impressing me here with your little fucking machines and shit. You're good because you have all these fucking comforts. Shut the fuck up and be a team player, and go fucking join your team. You say another fucking word, you're gone.
That just healed my trauma witnessing that. That was worth every penny of the $18,000 to go there and get fucking yelled at for, I don't know what. Talking about some kind of machines. I don't know if this guy was building drones. He must be like Jimmy Neutron with all kinds of inventions that he's letting loose at the facility. I don't know. I don't know what he was getting yelled at because it wasn't very clear. He just keeps telling him to shut up, even though the guy hasn't said a word or anything at all. He's just standing there taking it.
Look at his shirt. Are we lying? It's just water, Kowalski. Stop being a little girl.
The more you do it, the more you're gonna fucking get it.
Get the fucking down. It's water. You were just in the fucking ocean. This is fresh water. You grew up doing this as a kid. Everybody on your feet.
Yes, instructor.
I don't know why they're so fixated on water. I think they just saw that in an action movie one time and were like, damn, we've got to integrate this into the program. Because, like, half of the clips they showcase is just them spraying the people with hoses. And then, like, occasionally pseudo-waterboarding them. Imagine paying $18,000 to get waterboarded. What an experience. And also, half of these videos just have them laying on the ground, either crawling around, or just getting sprayed with water, or having them get hit with waves in the ocean as they lay on the beach. Like, they are laying down more often than a vampire in a coffin. Like, what is this supposed to teach you? They just to lay down and take punishment forever? And we're also going to yell at you because fuck you, but thanks for the money. This is basically just teaching you when the going gets tough, lay down and give up. And do it with a smile on your face and no money to your name. It all runs so counterintuitive to, like, this perception of what a man is. Like, I feel like it's just the guys behind this program really have some kind of fetish for humiliating dudes that pay them or something. It's kind of like pay piggy behavior, but amplified. So they just bring these guys out who are desperate and wanting to better themselves, and they just degrade them and call it beneficial somehow. Hey, lay down, and then occasionally carry this block of wood on your back and, like, walk a mile or so. That does nothing. And they keep framing it like,
It's when we have to go fight another war. What happens when your wife or your kid needs you?
what are you gonna do when a war comes? What are you gonna do when a bad guy's about to kill your wife and son? Well, jinkies, zoink Scoob, with all the lessons I've learned at the MDK program, I'm just gonna lay down on the floor and wait for him to kill them, and then me, and I'll do it with a smile on my face and tell him thank you on the way out, I guess. Because that's all you're fucking teaching. I had to mute this audio because it was copyright, but it's just the same old hoopla everyone's heard a million times. Your wife didn't marry a boy, she didn't want another son, she wanted a man. And to be a man, you gotta be confident, you gotta be capable, courageous, you have to have the ability to protect them by any means necessary. And of course, you've always gotta be prepped for the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is draining $18,000 from the joint bank account to go behind your wife's back for a little 3-day excursion field trip with your boys, pretending that you're getting some kind of valuable lesson on being a real man. That is the last thing your wife is gonna want. Like, he's saying all of this on top of footage where one of the students is digging his own grave. That's one of their, I don't even know what to call them, exercises? It's not an exercise. Playtime activities? I don't really know, but it's on their rubric, I guess, because they go out there and they dig their own grave. Here's footage from, like, a little documentary they made about it, and I'm going to have to admit to a mistake here. When I recorded it, I forgot to mute my mic, so as I'm watching it, you're going to hear me giggle a few times when one of the founders goes in and bestows upon us some sage wisdom.
Out there, fatigued, tired, exhausted, digging their own grave, laying down their body bag that we supply them, going in it, we zip them up and we throw a few shovelfuls of dirt on top of them so they feel the weight of the earth. You start kind of going through a checklist.
Yeah, the first thing on that checklist should be never wasting money like this again. I've really fucked up with this. How does this help you be a man going into a body bag as they shovel dirt on you? Everyone knows they're going to die at some point. This isn't some kind of enlightening, shocking experience that's going to be like this eureka moment where they turn their whole life around. They paid $18,000 to lay in a body bag as a bunch of goofballs dump dirt on them. Yippee, yee-haw.
And the thing I thought of was that dash that separates my birth date and my death date on my tombstone. And in fact, that dash is the only thing that matters. That dash is the only thing that matters, because what you do between your birth date and your death date is the impact that you left, the significance that you had, the legacy that you built.
No shit, that dash is called living. He's trying so hard to be deep. He was trying to find something profound and he's like, birth, death. But what about the in-between, the dash? Wait. That's where life was. And that's where you start to think about your legacy. Like, obviously, oh my god, yes, that dash is when you were alive. You were born, you died, and in between, you lived. So fucking obviously that's what you're going to think about is the time you were alive. He is saying nothing. You were paying $18,000 to this malfunctioning chat GPT-brained loser.
Cleansing your soul right now, gentlemen. Fucking paid for this. Want to be here. This is where you want to be. Put your head down and quit. Put your head down or quit. Get it back. Put your head down on quick. You know what? Stand up. Stand the fuck up.
Hey, don't break your chain. Hey!
This program seems more like it's mermaid training, like trying to teach them how to become fish people like Atlanteans. It's so water focused for some reason. It's like all they have over there, I guess. So here they're just laying on the beach, letting the waves crash in on them, and they like to remind them that they pay for it, just to further humiliate and degrade all of the students here that signed up for it. And then, of course, they're all locking arms because that's a sign of the brotherhood, I guess. They do that for a lot of their activities. So get up, but don't break the chain because that means you hate your fellow men or something. It's just so goofy and sad. I legitimately feel bad for the people that are dumping $18,000 to do these courses because they are vulnerable men that are getting preyed upon by con artists. This is not anything that is going to make anyone more successful, stronger, or better. This is just $18,000 you wasted. Now, of course, it's not easy. I'm not making the claim that it is. But you know what else isn't easy? Getting waterboarded. But you know what it doesn't help you do? Be more successful. Just because something's hard and you do it doesn't mean that you benefited from it. You know what else was hard? When I sprained my ankle and then still decided to play basketball anyway. And you know what? I played the worst game of basketball of my life. I shouldn't have played in that game. And that's a lesson I learned. Like, hopefully all of these students will going forward, that what they experienced wasn't easy. Getting blasted with the hose, being pseudo-waterboarded, endless amounts of just nonsense, just to be uncomfortable for the sake of being uncomfortable, accomplished nothing, and did nothing to improve their life. They just wasted money. And there's so many courses and so many guys just like this that keep exploiting these insecurities right now to make money on the back of men that are just really trying to find ways of bettering themselves. It's fucking tragic, honestly. It really is rough. So, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. See ya. About 6 months ago, I made a video making fun of something called the Modern Day Night Project, which is an $18,000 program where you pay for a 3-day course where you just roleplay as a G.I. Joe alpha male. There's very few things that separate this program from the LARPers that run around pretending they're wizards shooting imaginary spells. The main difference is that group that's casting imaginary magic missiles and swinging swords in a forest, they're having fun, and that's free. Whereas this expensive pile of dog shit is not fun, it's not free, and they're also trying to convince you that it's not make-believe. At least the LARPers know they're playing pretend. Here, they're trying to brainwash these gullible, insecure men into believing that they're actually getting taught valuable lessons on how to be a successful man, leader, and business guru. Even claiming that you can start earning 7, 8, or even 9 figures of income after taking this course. Like, one of their main selling points is, yeah, $18,000 is a lot, but in the long run, it's costing you a lot more being a weak bitch. So give us 18 grand. And what you do is you go out there, you spend 3 days in like a fucking parking lot where they just yell at you, spit in your face, and spray you with a hose. So it's not even like you spend 3 days getting any kind of valuable tools or learning anything. It's not like you're learning how to, get in shape, get muscular, or do anything of value. It's just going out there and being uncomfortable for 3 days. And for some reason, they're convinced that that's a good thing. You can also spend 3 days just getting punched in the face by me, and that would make you uncomfortable too. But it's not going to make you any stronger, it's not going to make you any better at anything, you're still going to be a fucking loser at the end of those 3 days, even though you spent 3 days in misery. It's worthless, it's completely worthless, and they need to break out of this goddamn mind control that these men have fallen under for this. And they really like to harp on that mastermind program where you get to have like a fucking Skype call with them once every quarter or whatever, as if somehow that's going to make you successful. A nice little cherry on top of the shit cake they're selling you that you're eating with a smile on your face. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about MDK Project again is because some clips of it are going viral, and I like to take every opportunity I can to insult this because I truly think that if you are someone that's running this scam or someone that has gone to this and are trying to defend it, you deserve to be made fun of every waking hour that you spend on this planet for this kind of clownery. This is ridiculously embarrassing cringe shit.
Stupid. Are you that stupid? Here's why we're stupid. Here's why. Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Get the fuck off me! Get the fuck off of me!
I'm not
you little
touching
bitch!
you. I'm not touching
Fucking
you.
bitch! All of you get in the fucking tubs. Get in the tubs, every one of you. So hey, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now?
Sir,
every
sir.
one of you get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Shut up with all. There is no respect. Get in the tubs. You are going home. Oh, no, you're not. Sit down. You're not going in the fucking water. They're all going in the water. They're all going to the water. You're fucking done. You're fucking done.
I wasn't kidding about that parking lot statement. They set up these adorable, cute little ice baths in their warehouse parking lot. They got the Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory built here for the MDK project, but only if that fantasy is just yelling at a bunch of dudes that are really desperate for a change in their life and you're just exploiting that. So only if your fantasy is being just an evil, manipulative con artist. They actually posted this clip themselves, and there's really a lot to unpack here. So the big thing really feels like they love to power trip and just have this authority over these dudes here. And the second any one of them doesn't fall in line and conform to the hive mind groupthink, they're cast out. That is such a perfect encapsulation of this entire program. They just want you to fall in line and be their little sheep. Yet they're trying to preach the opposite. You're a sheep, and the only way to break out is by giving us 18 grand. We'll give you the tools to break out. But then the second you stop following my orders, you're fucking out of here and we're keeping your 18 grand. It's painfully obvious that it's just a different hive mind they want you to buy into. They want you suckling from their gynecomastia-riddled bosom here from all of the anabolic steroids they're injecting, taking their milk from their teat, no one else's, and you're paying for that privilege. Now, I don't know the whole context around what led up to this clip, but it seems like none of the clients in this session wanted to do this portion. So the instructor throws in the backpack, and the guy goes to, like, get his things, and then the instructor starts fighting him in this really stupid tug-of-war, and he's like, I'm not touching you! Stop touching me! I'm not touching you! Stop touching me! Stop touching me! I'm not touching you! So they have this, like, back and forth, and then one of the other guys is like, with all due respect, he's probably trying to make an argument for why it's fucking dumb for them to go into the ice bath. Maybe I should do something more productive with that time. And then he just keeps throwing up a big stink. Stop it! You're touching me! You're touching me! You're fucking touching me! Blowing a gasket. And he's like, you're out of here! You're out of here, bub! You're not going in the water! They're going in the water! They're gonna be alpha males when they get in that water. It's like a fucking baptism. So get out! You're not welcome! One other common theme that seems present throughout all of the MDK project clips is that the instructors themselves seem like the most sensitive and insecure out of everyone that attends their classes. And it's pretty evident because on their own YouTube channel, they even have videos of them just whining about the hate they get. They have this little fucking therapy session where the two goobers sit across from each other just trying to, like, suck each other off about, like, no, we're not wrong. Everyone else is wrong. It's actually super embarrassing that you'd even make fun of us. Yeah, nothing says alpha male quite like someone breaking down and finally addressing the haters. Unbothered titans of testosterone here.
Look around, look at each other. Look to your left and to your right. More than 60% you will not be here fucking Friday. I guarantee it. And I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure that you earn the right to be here every fucking second. Because I see in your fucking eyes that most of you don't fucking belong here. And I'll be damned, I'll take this fucking knife off my fucking waist and carve this fucking tattoo off my fucking hand before I let any of you fucking bitches show up here on Friday for the graduation. I see it in your fucking eyes already. Your fucking souls are mine.
Your souls are mine? Calm down there, HGH Shang Tsung. My God, it just when you thought it couldn't get more cringe. So this is like this is how he motivationally speaks to the class. This is like his idea of what a strong leader is. Someone that's just whining and screaming and shouting and is just unhinged, a loose cannon. When he pulled that knife out, I thought he was going to go up and start, like, threatening them. I'll carve your fucking scalps off with this knife if you don't start getting in the ice baths and letting me spray you with a hose more often. That's a big thing they like to do, is spray them with a hose. I showed a ton of those clips last time. I won't bother again. That's, like, the main thing. That's basically, if you want to sign up for the MDK project, there is one client I think could benefit. Anyone that happens to be hunted down by hoses. Like, if you're constantly harassed by getting sprayed in the face by a hose, this might be the class to take, because you're going to be immune to it by the end of it, because that's like all you do here for 3 fucking days. But anyway, he's got his knife out, he's waving it around, he's slamming it like a toddler, having a temper tantrum over nothing here, then says he's going to carve off the thing on his skin, which I'm assuming is the MDK logo. They have their own little cute logo. I'll carve this off of my skin. It's like, oh no. Okay. Why would you do that? I guess. That's a weird threat to be making. It seems like you just kind of want to hurt yourself. Alright, that's a little alarming. I don't really want any part of that type deal. But this is also something he does for most of his classes. There's a few clips of him saying that exact same thing. He really likes to threaten that he's going to carve out his own skin.
60% you will not be here on Friday. I will make sure of it. You will earn the fucking right to be here on Friday night. I will cut this fucking thing off my head before I let any fucking make sure of it. I'm waiting out the fucking bitches.
This one made me kind of sad, because look at the two gentlemen in the front row. They're no spring chickens. They have to be late 50s, early 60s, if not older. Why on God's green earth would you be paying $18,000, taking it out of your grandchildren's college fund, to spend it to be here getting sprayed with a hose and yelled at by a man who keeps threatening to cut his hand?
Tape to the pit. Get to the tape to the pit. Get to the fucking pit. Move! You stupid.
This isn't even a popular clip from them or anything, but it's one that I saw that I think is a great example of this guy's mentality. He's actually like a child with a sugar rush. He's just slamming a chair against a dumpster. Move! Get to the pit! Get to the pit! Like, you could just tell them, what does slamming the chair against the dumpster do? You're just making noise for the sake of making noise. It's like a child with like two garbage can lids banging them together. What the fuck? This is your instructor. He can't control, like, his excitement from all of the sugar in his body, I guess. It's so silly. But yeah, I won't keep going on. I've already made a video talking about the MDK project, but since a couple of those clips were popping off again on Twitter, I just had to take this opportunity to laugh at them. That's really about it. So yeah. For decades now, nay, for centuries, men have always wondered, how do you respond when an alpha male insults you? A question that has plagued the minds of the masculine brain for too long, and today I found the answers on a pickup artist forum page. Now, most of you know, I love pickup artistry. I think it is the most pure cringe. It's like a new element for the periodic table, just like this condensed cringe that is truly just a unique blend of delusion, patheticness, desperation, and loneliness, all rolled into one fine joint that I love to smoke. So if you don't know what pickup artists are, it's men that read these guides, buy these courses on how to pick up women in the field. So in real life, how to approach women with pickup lines and get laid. And it has pretty much a 0% success rate for the majority of pickup artists, which makes it so fun. And it's of course extremely creepy, but it's hard not to laugh at it. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is a post that I was made aware of from 2010 on a big pickup artist forums site. And it's all about how to respond when an alpha male insults you. This is vintage cringe. List down insults you have heard and we'll find cool answers to them so you're prepared when alpha males try to make fun of you. Like this. Insult. Why do you smell funny? Answer. It's called soap. Don't think you've ever smelt it before. And then in parentheses, this is your, like, indicator. You don't want to say this out loud. This is just notes for you. Make a big smile and tongue mouth. I don't know what that tongue mouth means. Like, do you stick your tongue in his mouth so you just fucking French kiss him? Why do you smell funny? It's called soap. And you just, like, get in there. Like, I don't know what tongue mouth means. Maybe that's, like, early mewing. This may have been mewing before it was cool. I'm not sure. But, yeah, basically you say it's called soap, and then you hit him with none of these, and then like that, I guess. Now, I'm not exactly an alpha male, but I imagine that you'd probably get your ass beat if you did that, because it'd be creepy. It'd probably be ruled self-defense because you came at him with that, like, psychopath energy with that response. Now, it's written like a fourth grader came up with this. Why do you smell funny? What kind of adult would ever say that to somebody, to be honest? They'd probably just say, like, you stink or you smell like shit, not, why do you smell funny? But you want to know what's wild is I know it's not a child that wrote this, because all of these pickup artists back in their heyday were like early to mid 20s, sometimes early 30s. So this is a grown adult that came up with this. Dude's just stewing in his swamp ass in his room, coming up with these imaginary scenarios with insults and then like theory crafting the optimal response to it. And he comes up with this zinger. It's called soap. God, that's lame. He was probably one of the lead writers on the new Saints Row game. That's that quality of writing. Continuing forward, insult. Wow, what an ugly t-shirt. Answer. Yeah, that can be fixed, but your face can't. Bang, bang, and then everyone that's in the vicinity just starts clapping, going, ooh. A male tries to make fun of you by saying something like, oh, you're so cool, or you look like insert funny man, creature, whatever. Good answers could be, I wish I could get even half as funny as you one day, and then ignore him. Or, Aw, look at him trying to be funny. And now he takes his bow saying, bring 'em on, welcoming the rest of the pickup artist community to contribute some of their own insults and answers. These are pretty powerful, so I hope you've got your pen and paper out to be taking notes on these in case you ever need to unleash them. I don't know where these insults are coming from. Like, these aren't insults I think anyone has said for the last 50 years to another human being. What kind of alpha male is going to say, wow, what an ugly t-shirt? I can't picture Chad Fuckhammer out of the blue walking down the street, seeing a pickup artist and being like, wow, what an ugly t-shirt. No, who does that? Where? In what fantasy? Like, I just really don't think this is happening. There's not like this secret war between the alpha chads and the pickup artists. But even in this fantasy land, the pickup artists are making themselves the losers there too. with the chads saying your shirt's ugly, or you look like weird creature, or whatever. Like, it is actually sad, and I've said this before. Pickup artistry used to be a huge movement. Luckily, it's died out very much over the last few years. But back in the 2010s, so many young men bought into it, bought courses and all kinds of guides and shit. It was like the early looks maxing, but for getting laid through the worst advice and the creepiest lines you could ever possibly imagine. So I have no doubt that this guy here is one of those individuals that really, like, bought into it hook, line, and sinker. And hopefully, 14 years later, they have realized that that was just a cringy period of their life and they have grown from it. That's what I'm praying for. Now, the rest of the comments don't really play into, like, here's an insult, here's an answer. They're mainly saying, like, if an alpha male insults you, just brush it off. You're better without that kind of stress anyway. But there are a couple that do give you some kind of insult and comeback, like this post. I agree with the others. You shouldn't feel the need to rage/give a comeback. Answer to the others, not him. If you have to, I would playfully correct the "you're fat" response. Again, what I'm reading here feels like it's out of like an old cartoon or something, with like a cartoonishly douchey bully that just all the time is shoving the main character into the locker saying, your shirt's ugly, fatso, or whatever. Get out of the hallway, stupid face. So that's the kind of energy here. I don't think any of this is happening to any of the posters. Hopefully not. I hope they're not getting bullied like this, and that's what's like the catalyst to these posts. But anyway, insult, you're fat, or whatever. Comeback, playfully, haha, well, you're ugly. I can lose weight. Small pause where you look serious, then break into a playful smile and loosen up. It's like stage directions in theater class. Maybe they're all like classically trained thespians, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but this is so interesting. Like, imagine you're trying to like recall these steps if someone says you're fat and you're like, you're ugly, I can lose weight. Oh, I forgot the small pause. Okay, then break out into a small, playful smile, loosen up. No, just kidding, dude. You're great. Pat on the shoulder to lower his social value, then turn to the group like nothing happened. How does patting someone on the shoulder lower their social value? Do you have the cheese touch? You just reach over, pat him on the shoulder, and he's like, no! My social value, no! Like, starts melting. I don't get what this means. Like, this whole scenario is very peculiar. So it's in a group setting, and someone in the group just points to you and says, you're fat? Who would do that? The group must hate that person. They must not be like a friend to the group. I couldn't really understand what this one meant, but I really like the way that it's worded. So it's quoting some other post in here. However, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. I like how they refer to the alpha male as a target, making it seem like it's an assassination mission or something, like this, like you're Agent 47. And this pickup artist quote responds to that message saying, unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Where am I? Pardon? I'm gonna need some more clarification. What does that mean? Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Is that a euphemism? Like, what am I missing out on? A shit test? You're submitting stool samples now? Or maybe, like, unless you're in a public restroom and you're shitting, and then the only way you win is by pretending you don't hear the person shitting. What does it mean? Am I overthinking it? I don't understand. I sat here racking my brain for at least 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck that could possibly mean, and I've got nothing. So putting this entire riddle together, however, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Initially, I thought maybe it was some kind of War Games reference, the only winning move is not to play, but that doesn't really fit because what is the shit test in that equation? Are we talking about actual poop? Like real feces poop? I don't know. I don't know what it means. I can't implement this one. The alpha males are going to eat me alive. I can't follow these directions. You know what else I can't follow? Is this fanfic. This is the most outrageous nonsense story ever constructed. This is in the same forum post about like the insults and the comebacks. They're giving an anecdote here. I was in the field today with a friend of mine because he's a pickup artist soldier on the front lines. We were sitting and these two girls are staring at us. After finishing my milkshake, we went over there. My friend said, "Hey, what do you think of my friend?" Me. "I know, totally wrong approach, but you can always try." Sunglass emoji. Then she said, "He is ugly." My response, "I'm sorry, I don't think that it isn't going to work out between us because you are too arrogant." When their jaws finally touched the ground, we walked away. Evil emoji. Mwahaha. I never talked to such a bitch, but I still wonder why they were looking the whole time. Of every story ever told, that's definitely one of them. What a lot to process. So they were drinking milkshakes, and there were some girls staring at them, so they go over and say, "What do you think of my friend?" And they say, "He's ugly." So he says that it won't work out between them because she's too arrogant, and for some reason that put their jaws on the floor in shock. So then they walked away, doing an evil Joker laugh, mwahahaha, like Mandark from Dexter's Lab. Pretty cool story with a very strong positive message buried deep within there somewhere, I'm sure. Hopefully this has been helpful to those of you out there that are being preyed upon by the alpha males. Hopefully this gives you the tools to fight back with witty comebacks. That's about it. See ya. There is no demographic more lucrative than insecure, lonely men, desperate to prove that they can be the alpha male they were destined to become. So we've been seeing a lot of these alpha male boot camps spring up rapidly like weeds in a garden, and I've already covered one of these programs extensively. However, I just found a new one that is equally as embarrassing that I have to just point, laugh, and shoot spitballs at. This is the Unbreakable Man experience.
I'm strong. Move forward. Move forward. Move forward. I'm a man. Forward. I am. Move I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man.
Just to dispel the rumors, that's not me in the video. I know he's got long hair, a beard, and a white t-shirt, but there's millions of people on the planet that dress like a cartoon character like I do. It's not me, I swear. If I wanted to run around screaming I am a man, I'd be doing it with Matt right now in the back of a Walmart parking lot, not in the middle of a abandoned CrossFit.
I am a man! I am a man! Move forward! I am a man!
Oh, you can feel the catharsis wash over him here. In fact, I'm getting an experience myself just watching him have this release. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this goober pushing Binging with Babish down a dirt road screaming I am a man in his face? And it's pretty clear, you're a beta cuck. You don't get it. You don't understand what testosterone does in a man's body when it's latent and not able to be harnessed and utilized. This is the power that you can expect when you just fully let go. It's like a Saiyan going Super Saiyan for the first time. Like, the earth around him is shaking. Luckily, they had a gimbal, which kept the camera steady. But if you were there, you were probably registering an earthquake on the fucking Richter scale with this guy having this kind of release. As the caption says, this is a man overcoming his fear and asserting his power. Dropping the sarcasm for a moment, I'm extremely curious what fear this guy had. A fear of bald people? Like, what did he overcome here? A fear of yelling, perhaps? Has he never played Xbox Live? It's pretty much nothing but yelling. I'm sure he's yelled in his life. Like, what fear did he overcome here? And also, What power was he asserting? He was just yelling in your face because you told him to. He's following orders. He's not even asserting himself. He's being subservient to you. And he also paid thousands of dollars to be here. So he's also been financially butt-fucked by you. You have dominated this man. You've got him on a leash. This is the furthest thing from being assertive I have ever seen. So what in tarnation did he actually overcome in this exercise? Like, if he has a fucking flight phobia, like I do, he didn't do anything to conquer that. He's still gonna be afraid of planes. Like, nothing happened. All he did was yell in your face. Like, you're giving him this delusion of accomplishing something.
There. 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 There.
The caption on the video was correct though. You won't believe what happens at the end. The two share a passionate kiss and make love by candleside. So he's now in this like refractory period, I suppose, where he's overexerted himself. He is overrun with emotion because he allowed himself to let go and assert himself. So yeah, now he's on cooldown. He blew his load. He used his ultimate, so now it's recharging, and he's being coddled by the instructor. When a man taps into his power, a grieving process happens. This is a natural release of the old self. And the new self is 10 times more pathetic and 5 times as broke, since you're thousands of dollars in the shitter for this worthless experience, this worthless 3-day camp that you've attended here. Honestly, grieving in this situation does make sense though, because you've wasted thousands of dollars now in this position, and it's all caught on video too with this embarrassing moment. Like, this is undoubtedly something that you're going to be getting red in the face over for years to come when you reflect on it. And what a pseudo-intellectual statement that when a man taps into his natural power, a grieving process happens? In what universe? Ugh, I'm too powerful. The world wasn't ready. My natural power. It's overwhelming to mere mortals. I shed tears for them. Now they'll have to be in the presence of the alpha male. I've awakened.
There you are, child. There you are.
Now that is how you do marketing right there. That's a masterclass in advertising. You're telling me if I sign up for the Unbreakable Man experience right now, I get the privilege of getting to shed tears and moan into a grown man's chest in the middle of a dirt road while he nibbles on my man bun? What? I'm ready. I'm out the door. I've got the credit card and all the wacky numbers on the back ready to give it to you. And what's that? It's only $3,500 or 3 easy payments of $1,250? I'm losing money not signing up for the Unbreakable Man experience. Now, before diving into why I might want to sign up for the Unbreakable Man, I do want to say that I recognize that yelling and screaming and just like going hog wild does make you feel better sometimes. Like having that big release is actually sometimes pretty helpful to just dump emotions out there. But the beauty is, I can do that for free. Everybody can. I would never pay $3,500 to have a self-proclaimed guru tell me to hoot and holler at this boys' summer camp for the band club. Why in the fucking world would you be paying for that? It's such an unbelievable waste of money that's preying on the gullible people that are desperate to have something in their lives turn around to improve their situation, not realizing that they're only falling deeper and deeper into a bad path. They're being led by scammers who are just taking money out of their piggy bank and getting nothing of value in return for it. It's fucking sad. Like, I do legitimately feel bad for the people that attend these courses. They're not in a good spot, and they just want something better for themselves, and they buy into this brainwashing from these absolute fucking heathens that are telling them that this is the way. This will unlock your true potential. This is how you become an alpha. Right now, you're a bitch, but with me suckling on my bosom and giving me doubloons, I can change that for you. And they're so desperate that they do it. It sucks. Like, it really does make me feel bad for these individuals. You know, maybe I'm being a little too harsh on the Unbreakable Man. Look how effective this sounds. It gives you the step-by-step process to take command of your inner world. So it's going to give you a fucking domain expansion, I guess. Optimize your mind-body emotions. Eliminate negative beliefs with the Mindset Mastery formula. Take decisive action in life with the clarity formula. So many formulas here, Plankton's head would be spinning. Get results you want in life using our gamification process. Though gamification would be pretty hype if they just start turning you into the fucking Hulk or something, blasting you with gamma rays. And reclaim your authentic self by teaching you how to tap into your masculine nature. Important. What I'm about to tell you next is vital to your success. You can't do this alone. Caps locked. That language right there is extremely manipulative. You can't do this alone. It's trying to convince whoever is somewhat on the fence about this that no matter what they do, you can't handle your problems without them. And you can't have access to them, the people that can solve your problems, these gurus, without paying them. It's your only option, because you can't do it alone. It's trying to get them to feed off of them immediately, so that way they're not independent. It's aiming to take away the men's individuality so they just buy into the herd like sheep, so that way they can only rely on the unbreakable man network and the ghouls that run it. So that way you can keep being exploited for more money and hosed down the line for it. But check out these cool perks you get. Access to the online brotherhood portal. Jeez, man, that sounds really familiar. It's almost like every single one of these scams offers that exact same fucking thing. That's odd. That's so odd. But you get 3-month access to the exclusive online network. You don't even get it for life, by the way. You just get fucking 3 months of it. That's like an extremely expensive subscription plan there. And then you get the Unbreakable Man training system. And of course, on-demand support from high-value men in the online brotherhood. Pay thousands of dollars and get access to a couple of YouTube videos and maybe a Zoom meeting, maybe even like a Discord group. Holy shit. Now that is bang for your buck. What an unbreakable man you'll become with all of those videos in the palm of your hands.
In the heart of every man there is a calling. This is a calling to serve a purpose greater than himself.
Yeah, and that purpose is to give all of your money to these scammers. That's the only purpose you serve in their eyes. That's all you're good for to these people. Just a fucking coin block to be hitting Mario for them.
For millennia, men would go through a process of initiation to uncover their purpose, step into their power, and unlock their potential.
The only potential you unlock from one of these alpha male boot camps is the potential to be a shameless pay piggy and just forking over money for mumbo jumbo nonsense. I promise you will never find a purpose while attending one of these. Paying thousands of dollars for some Discord servers and a 3-day vacation is not going to do anything to improve your life. You're just going to be in a worse place than when you started. You're going to have less money and more shame.
Recently, a modernized rite of passage has been created, known as the Unbreakable Man experience. This is a process to reclaim your soul as a man.
If you pay for these types of courses, you don't have a soul anymore. Your soul is theirs, like Shang Tsung. For $3,500, 3,500 clams, you can hire a personal trainer. You can hire a nutritionist. You can hire a therapist. You can actually hire real specialists, real professionals to actually help you make improvements in your life and change things and make things better for yourself, as opposed to giving $3,500 for a 3-day camp where you just go and take an ice bath and push a bald man down a dirt road. You're not getting anything out of that experience. You could use that money for so much more and actually make your life better. But instead, people are just getting brainwashed into this dog shit. It's sad, because like I said, people have started to notice that the most lucrative demographic right now is lonely, desperate men. So they're taking advantage of that every chance they get to exploit it. So yeah, just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So yeah. The only thing more pathetic than a guy who calls himself an alpha male is a guy who calls himself an alpha male and then tries to sell advice to desperate, lonely men.
Hey guys, it's your boy Fresh Prince CEO. And today we're going to talk about all my W's. Stay tuned for it.
I love intros like these. You get some like wacky wubby dubstep kind of shit going on there with a dumb intro. It is so nostalgic. Takes me right back to 2011. Anyway, this is the Fresh and Fit podcast. The entire purpose of this show is to bring women on to insult and belittle them to their face, while also preaching that men should have the right to cheat on their significant other as many times as they want, whereas their significant other isn't even allowed to look at other men. They have to go in public with like fucking horse blinders on, and if they even so much as glance at a dude, you need to kick them to the streets immediately because they're a fucking disgusting, worthless whore. It's a lot of horrible, abhorrent shit that they talk about, and I'm sure you've heard of them or seen them before because I've had so many viral clips over the last year of them getting dunked on by the guests they bring on. I'm pretty sure the two of them have a humiliation fetish, which is the reason they keep this show running. But they're also kind of like the Voldemort of YouTube, at least they were for a little bit. They used to copyright claim and copyright strike anyone that would make fun of them or joke about them, saying that it was damaging their brand or making them look silly. Even though they themselves are the clowns in their own circus, they're making themselves look fucking stupid. They never actually won any of their strikes or claims or anything like that. They all got overturned. But still just absolutely cowardly pussy behavior from people that claim to be alpha males. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Fresh and Fit as a whole or the entire production of it. I want to focus on one video they posted in particular, one that I still think back on with a little wet spot in my trousers. It's one of the most delusional things I've ever seen from a YouTube channel. It's one of the hosts that is telling a story that is completely made up, just obviously fiction. He is literally making up fanfic on par with My Immortal in a way that makes him look like he constantly fucks. Even though I'm pretty convinced that the shorter guy here is a virgin, yet he still makes these crazy claims and stories like the one I'm about to show you.
All right, guys, so you heard my L's, marrying a single mom, getting left out in the cold, basically in the car, never came downstairs. But today we're gonna talk about my W in terms of having 3 women in one day.
Let me stop you right there. I already don't believe you. It's super hard to think that anything they say is real when they constantly make stupid fucking claims like this one.
Not to mention they've both shown themselves to be frauds time and time again.
You know, we're both triple-digit notch count. He's in the quadruples.
There is no reality in the entirety of the fucking multiverse where this man has slept with one woman, let alone over 1,000 of them. Doctor Strange could peer into an endless multiverse and never find one where this guy slept with 1,000 women. They just say a whole bunch of made-up bullshit constantly.
But I met this guy at a pool party. He's an NBA player. I won't say his name for some reasons, but you know, he's a pretty top-tier guy, high-value guy, right? I'm at the bar ordering drinks for my friends, and he says, "Yo, bro, what's a good spot to go party at tonight?" I told him, "Look, bro, you can go downtown, you can go to Brickell, Wynwood, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to downtown because it's a really good spot." And then he's like, "Yo, bro, are you on Instagram?"
And then he added me on Instagram, we became best friends, he got me a tryout with his NBA team, which I absolutely crushed and became a starter on the squad, setting NBA world records. He invited me to Thanksgiving at his parents' house, I fucked his mom, and then the whole family clapped. That would be more believable than the story he's about to tell from here.
I was like, "Perfect, yeah, I am." So I give him my Instagram, and lo and behold, he followed me, he said, "Wait, you know this chick?" So he pulls up this girl's profile, because you can see who's following someone that you just added from like the following list. I was like, "Yeah, I know her, bro. I used to like do her back in the day." He's like, "Damn, that's my shorty want to come in town." So basically, we were smashing the same chick.
No, you weren't. The only thing you've been smashing is your meat into your hand, you liar. This story's already got more plot holes in it than Kingdom Hearts. Why would an NBA player go up to a random guy at a pool party to ask for a party later? He's clearly already connected, he found out about the pool party, so why would he go up to a complete stranger at a bar to ask for further advice on partying, and then going a step further to add him on Instagram? That just doesn't make any sense, unless Fresh and Fit dropped to the floor and sucked his dick or anybody at all, except for like actual close friends or business partners or something like that. So why would he add a complete stranger who he only asked one question to, "Where should I party?" And past that, why would he then check who this new guy was following? Hey, pardon me, I couldn't help but notice that this girl that I'm piping is being followed by you. Are you that creepy stalker she has a restraining order against, or like what's the deal there? Are you guys friends? Oh, you guys used to fuck too? Alright, fist bump. We just became best friends, let's go.
So he's like, "Yo, dude, you know what? I'm having a mansion party like the next day. Come through, I got you." All this time, you know, we linked up the same night at the party spot I was going to. We connected, and funny enough, we dated the same girls, like a bunch of them. It was crazy, you know. Like we always say, me and Myron, a lot of these girls share the same high-value men, and they're around in the same circles, right?
You have the gall, the chutzpah, to sit here and insult not only the intelligence of your viewers, but insult God himself with the claim that you and the NBA player were having sex with the same women. Do you honestly expect anyone in the world to believe that? And then to have the audacity to make the claim that women go for the same high-value males? You are somehow putting yourself in the same ballpark as a fucking NBA player. You who runs one of the most laughed at podcasts on the internet since the My Little Pony fan club radio show. You think that you are a same level of high value male as an NBA player? Fucking mind-blowing.
I'm at his management party, right? There's like 40 girls and like 5 guys. In my head, I'm like, yo, real talk, this is crazy. Like, I've never been at a party where there's been this much girls compared to guys. So I'm like, yo, how's this gonna work? He says to me, yo, come through, bro. So he's like, yo, pick 3 that you want, and I got you. I was like, 3 that I want? This is like a buffet? Shoot, I'll take it.
Bro, this does not sound like an NBA player. This sounds like human trafficking. Pick any 3 girls and I got you. That should be like setting off alarm bells in your head, I would think. What might have happened is some guy came up to him and lied like, yeah, I'm in the NBA, I'm also ex-Special Forces, over 500 confirmed kills, and I fuck on the daily. In fact, hourly. In fact, I'm gonna be late for a threesome right now. But yeah, anyway, just going back to fresh and fit lore here. So our boy is now at a mansion with 45 topless babes, big asses, sodden, dripping vaginas, and every single one of them has his name shaved into their pubic hair, I bet.
So I was like, yo, I like her, and her. He goes, talks to them, calls them over, and I kid you not, I got a bedroom for you over here, do your thing. I'm like, what the heck? Is it that easy? So what happened was, like, I talked to them real quick, they were mad cool, and legit, guys, I could have a threesome with them, but I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, yo, this is too much for me. But
far be it from me to question the math here, but it would have been a foursome, not a threesome. Unless, of course, the 3 girls fucked each other and then told you to just go far away from them, like hide in the bathroom or something, which I imagine would have happened. Also, he speaks fondly of this event, but I imagine this was one of the worst days of all 3 of those women's lives. Assuming, of course, the story is real, which it's not, I'm just suspending disbelief for a moment. Obviously, he is literally making this shit up as he goes along.
What happened was, I did my thing with one of them, came back outside, hopped in the shower real quick, talked to the other one, went back in the room later on. So basically, I had 3 girls in one night. It sounds crazy, guys, but there's a whole other world outside of the regular dating circle where guys of high value can actually like set up certain things that regular guys can't.
What an incredible story. I can't wait for the sequel. Fresh and fit in the goblet of fucking. I don't even understand the title of this video anymore. It's Pull Girls Easily, but it doesn't seem like there was anything easy about this. He met someone that claimed to be an NBA player that invited him to a mansion and then assigned 3 women to fuck him. Like, that's not exactly a lesson that can translate to most people. Of course, it's all made up and shit, but the takeaway here is basically nothing. It's a fucking nothing burger. It's this guy trying to make himself look cool and embarrassing himself.
So translate that into like my own lifestyle. Now from Instagram, I say, you know what? I can have 3 in one day. Why can't I do it myself? Learning from Deals on Demand that you guys are gonna learn if you bought the course. We're gonna re-release it soon, coming up maybe like next month. That whole setup there can be done for yourself through Instagram or dating apps.
How is me buying your course going to help me fuck 3 times in one day? Is the course just that NBA player's phone number for his mansion of sex? Like, there's just nothing you can really teach from this story you've told here. Nothing translates. There's no lesson. You picked 3 girls that a guy then instructed to have sex with you. And it never happened in the first place, and I hate that I keep suspending disbelief for even a fraction of a second to entertain the idea that this happened in reality, when we all know it didn't. But even still, what is the takeaway? There is nothing that happened in this whole video that could help some lonely guy at all.
You can take L's all your life, you can take W's, but the point here is that like, you can have whatever you want in this life. You made that choice. So for me, I was at a point where 3 a day was easily done through Instagram, and that's what I did.
But even in this fantasy, that's not what you did. You didn't set up 3 girls in one day through Instagram or anything like that. A guy did it for you. He fucking told them to have sex with you. You didn't talk to them through Instagram, you didn't get to know them or anything like that. Even in their own stories, they can't help but just treat women like objects. Like, yeah, he gave me 3 women to fuck. And that's why I'm the king of Instagram dating. Like, what are you talking about? It's so fucking wild. It's incredibly embarrassing. I don't know how they can post things like this and not feel any amount of shame. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this one, and that's about it. So yeah. Hello and welcome to my Grease dojo. Most likely when you look at me you see an alpha male, a very intimidating specimen that encapsulates everything it means to be a masculine man in today's climate. But, just like Qui-Gon Jinn says, there's always a bigger fish. Today I'm going to show you what a real alpha looks like. It looks like something straight off of a Greek god statue. Looks like something you'd only read about in the Bible. Basically what God wanted when he created men, but something went awry in the formula and we were left with only one true chosen alpha. And this alpha lives where all great men do, on TikTok. So join me as we take a look at the only alpha left in the world. Hopefully you're wearing pants you don't mind getting a little wet, panties you don't mind getting a little sodden, because you're going to need the disclaimer, because you're not dealing with just a man. You're dealing with the alpha.
My bitch got a body like Alba. What up, dog? I'm the alpha. So you better watch out, bruh. And that goes for anyone around us.
You beta male cuck. I bet you're shaking right now just even looking, gazing upon the ethereal presence of the alpha. Oh, but wait, what's that, swag lord? You think you can Gangnam Style with his girl? Well, he's gonna repeat the message to you again. Since you clearly didn't understand the first time, you must have some kind of beta male force field that's blocking common sense and not recognizing threats when you see them. So, Alpha's gonna break it down for you again.
My bitch got a body like Alba. What up, dog? I'm the alpha. So you better watch out, bruh. And that goes for anyone around us.
He's beating your ass like a fucking drum, huh? You should have just listened to him the first time. He was very nice about it the first time, simply getting his girl away from you and informing you, hey, he's the alpha, so you better watch out, bruh. But then you came back, stepped on his toes again, and he had to beat the fuck out of you. Should have gotten the hint the first time. He shouldn't have to repeat himself. That's your fault. The reason you're spitting up blood right now in the emergency room with your butthole feeling a little sore, well, it's because you went near the alpha's girl. You should know better, and he warned you, and then he had to get a little aggressive.
Just 'cause I fuck you, that don't mean I trust you, I don't. You got some high hopes.
I don't know if this account is real or a joke, but I scrolled back to the inception of this dirty diaper of an account, and I didn't see any indication that they made it as like a satire account. From everything I can tell, he genuinely thinks he's the fucking alpha. And she pretends like she thinks he's the alpha. I don't know if I necessarily agree that he's like the ultimate alpha. I definitely think there's men that out-masculine this guy, such as like a Henry Cavill, but hey, maybe, you know, this guy's a close second. If you have only ever seen men at a Reddit meetup, this guy could very well be the alpha of that group. So yeah. This shit. I love his like fucking karate off camera and shit. Fucking I'm the alpha. Getting him with like some side kicks and some of these boxing maneuvers like it's a Tekken game. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I don't know if he does it earnestly or not, and you know what, it doesn't fucking matter to me because he's crushing it. My man's out here open up cans of whoop ass on TikTok. Any fucking tough guys talking shit about his girl or him in the comment section, he probably personally DMs them a picture of his fist and says, knuckle sandwich delivery, order up, bitch. Or maybe he just profusely apologizes that they didn't like the content. Hey, I'm sorry you didn't like it. That was actually quite mean though. Take it back.
Hello? Hey! How are you? No, I can't hang out with you today. I'm just gonna hang out with a few of my friends today. No, I don't have a boyfriend, so I hang out with my friends.
Who is this? I know you're afraid of the alpha.
This guy hung up. This guy's soft. You're cheating on me with that? Somebody who can't even speak to the alpha? You can do a lot better than that.
It's a prank, babe.
This one honestly feels like something Alpha wouldn't want you to see, where his girl is not satisfied and she's calling him a friend right to his face because she just shows so little respect towards Alpha. And then Alpha shows that he doesn't have a whole lot of self-respect either. He takes the phone, he's like, who is this? You cheating on me with this soft guy? You could do so much better. Let me give you the number of some hard guys. It's like he was gonna be like her fucking agent or something and start setting her up with guys that are better than him. Yeah, no, this Joker here, he's not better than the Alpha, but I do know guys that are, if you'd like me to set you up. Like, it just seems real weak here. It just feels like this prank, he shouldn't have posted it, because the whole thing, he's been oozing pure testosterone and masculinity throughout his entire TikTok career, but this one, he looks kinda soft.
When he raised the pulls, she liked the way I
Alpha male checking in now. This is when he's in his final form, his perfect cell evolution here. I would love to know the body count of this man. The amount of people he has beaten up off camera on TikTok is astounding. Half of the fucking videos on this page are him just throwing fucking haymakers right off a camera. I am wondering who the fuck is getting beat up over there and how many people. Because this guy's piling up corpses out here. There's just a lot to unpack with that one right there. And I don't think I need to. Just more good stuff, I guess, from Alpha. I was gonna put some makeup on myself with like a black eye, bruises and cuts all over my face, pretending like he just like beat me up or something, but it just wasn't worth the effort. Me doing that would be more effort than these two have ever put into anything they've ever fucking done on TikTok, and it just didn't seem worth it. But I do love the storyline here, the narrative they've constructed. So she was with Alpha, and then she got tired of Alpha. She said, you know what, I just want a beta male, a nice guy beta male, and then she turns to that guy, and it turns out he's trying to fucking kidnap her and strangle her. And then Alpha comes to the rescue, saves her, beats his ass, and then beats my ass. I was just watching.
Okay, baby, so then we're gonna go like this. 1, 2, and then we're gonna turn it, and then 1. Do you see that? Okay, stop. I can't even see your face.
Diana, what are you doing? Diana, stop.
Why are you calling me Diana?
Because that's your name.
No, but I like baby.
Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hit you with the cold water. Most of the content I was showing you was Alpha's older content, where I believe he was more of a man. His recent, 10 posts are all about baby talk, and why baby talk is good. And you can see the dark spiral that's happening to the Alpha familia here on TikTok. I don't necessarily agree with the baby talk position being like an alpha thing, but I'm not like this, primordial alpha like he is, so I guess maybe I'm just not knowledgeable enough on the topic.
So I Googled it, and it said that baby voices are healthy. Don't be a meanie, don't hurting my feelings. So this is 4 reasons why baby talk is good. So come here, baby. So number 1 is you get attached. You get attached to your partner. Number 2 is it gets you what you want.
That's true. Number 3, when she does it, I just want to protect her. And number 4, I really like it. And whatever the alpha likes goes. If you don't like it,
Well, you can't argue with those points. Pretty bulletproof, watertight, and honestly, the only point that matters is that Alpha likes it. And if the Alpha likes it, then we're fucking idiots for not liking it. So, honestly, that's a problem for us, for people that don't like the baby talk. If the Alpha likes it, that means it is an objectively good thing. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. So yeah. What happens when you get 3 of the most uninteresting, out-of-their-prime frat dudes in a room? They make a podcast. And like all other Alpha podcasts, they focus on shitting on women. But this time, the unique selling point of this Alpha podcast is all 3 of them rolled a 0 in the charisma stat. Between the three of them, they can very rarely form a complete sentence. It's like a game of fucking Mad Libs because they can't help but keep interrupting each other. And the one time they brought on a female guest, I think she maybe got 3 words out before they kept like dogpiling on every single breath she took. It is an outstanding disaster of insecurity. It's also adorable how hard they all try to appear as like this peak sigma alpha masculine specimen. This is a podcast I'm sure none of you have heard of. I only found it because a YouTuber named Chad recently made a great video on it, and I knew I had to dive into it and watch more of their content. On TikTok, they're a bit of a laughingstock. They're just a fucking punching bag for most people to insult for good reason, obviously. So I wanted to watch more than just like their best moments montages where it's like, women cheat more than men, those bitches. Like, I wanted to watch like the actual full context and full episodes. They have 3 right now. But it was so hard to watch them because every time they try and speak, it's like a kid who gets called on in middle school to stand up and read in front of the class and they're nervous. They just drone on and on, getting lost in their own sauce, forgetting what they were even talking about. They just keep fumbling over words and they just keep placing new filler words in there and it makes no fucking sense. It's like, I have no mouth and I must scream some dumb shit, but they just can't do it. Let me show you.
Yeah, plus like too, when you're in that bracket of fucking really financial, I'm not, but one day I will be, when I'm in that bracket of like being fucking rich as fuck.
Right.
I feel like, especially like, I don't know, like a lot of dudes get played for their fucking money and
yeah, a lot.
And they look like fucking fools because after a while too, money could only get you so far with getting pussy and shit.
Well, it depends.
At the end, and it's true, and like they'll be like, "Oh, fuck him, I'm tired of him." The fucking housewife.
That bitch was plotting.
He was plotting from the jump.
It's funny because I was
that's
like,
her personal need.
Yeah, right.
Which I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
fuck that.
Why are you gonna use my money that I fucking made to do something?
Yeah.
If you want money, you ask for it, and I'll gladly give it to you.
Yeah,
because I don't want you sneaking money out the
We're financially fucking way better off than most.
Yeah,
but yeah. Just don't like fucking, yeah, I fucking agree.
But like,
This was from the timeless classic, Women Cheat More Than Men, their biggest episode and a real hit. I couldn't watch the whole thing because this is the whole thing. Stretch this kind of conversation across an hour and 15 minutes. It's impossible to sit through. It literally sounds like someone skipping through dialogue options in like a Fallout game. It sounds like you're just listening to William Shakespeare in Old English and none of it's making sense.
I want to know what your boyfriend brings to the table, or what you expect him to bring to the table. Or even any man. Not like, we don't have to like focus on your guy. Or just any, what does a guy have to do?
Respectful.
Okay.
So looks don't play a role in the first part.
There you go. Just let her go.
Yeah, let her go.
Relax, buddy.
Let her go.
This was a really big moment for the podcast. They really went out of their comfort zone and brought a girl into the boys' club in order to get deeper insight into females. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to really speak that much because the crew didn't really like when she'd talk. So, like, right away, they just ask, what do you want in a guy? And she says, respectful. The fucking room goes silent, and one dude's like, so looks don't matter then, huh? Like, he just gets so deeply offended off rip. All 3 of their minds were blown. She said respectful, and one guy just, his whole soul is crushed. Like, what about looks, huh? What about looks? Are you lying to me? You crazy fucking harpy, huh? You come onto my podcast, you old battle axe, and you're spreading fibs? No, respectful doesn't exist. Not even a real word, not a thing. Looks, that's all that matters. That's what I've read on the forums. Don't fucking lie to me again on my own show.
I say, if my wife lets herself go after I have kids with her, if I'm going to tell her once, if you don't get your shit together, I still want to be sexually attracted to my wife, my spouse. But if you
even
can't
girlfriends.
do that, girlfriend too, if you can't do that, I'm out.
All 3 of them are pretty dumb, but this guy right here is like the superstar imbecile. Every time he says something, it's the dumbest shit. He was the guy that immediately got offended when the girl mentioned the word respectful. It was like a fucking vampire getting hit with sunlight when he heard that. He just started like melting and like in pain. All he cares about is looks and pussy, from what I gather. That's his whole personality. And anything that challenges his belief that looks are the only thing that matter in the world, he takes great offense to. So this video they disabled comments on because they were getting clowned on ruthlessly. And, very un-alpha-like to be a coward and disable your comments. They're keeping the video up And apparently they had a response to it, which they took down because they also kept getting clowned on with that. Can't confirm because I can't find it. Yeah, his whole point is super goofy. So my wife has kids with me, and then she stops getting hotter, and I don't find her hot anymore, and that's her fault. I give her one chance. If she doesn't fix herself, I'm out. Aging is cringe. So when my wife hits 40, I'm leaving her ass, and I'm going back to dating 18 and 19-year-olds.
I mentally checked out of my last relationship for so long.
But I don't want
Before
to
you broke up?
Yeah.
But another point. Goes the fucking show. Another point.
No, but it
another
doesn't
point.
say anything. No, it's not like anything bad. But
No,
it's
no,
like
not
after
you.
everything
Hold on,
I've
let
been
you
through.
finish your point. And I'll let you finish your point. Guys at home watching, if you're fucking, once you'll know when your girl's mentally checked out, and when she's mentally checked out, she'll entertain any dude. I'm not saying you. There's always exceptions to the rule. I'm saying they'll entertain dudes. They'll fucking even cheat on. They don't give a fuck because once when their mind's gone, the vagina still could be there. But once when the mind's gone, the heart's gone, they are done. There's no coming back from that. So like, you know.
Oh my god. He's absolutely right! Oh! He just blew the case wide open. I fucking love that this dude immediately interrupts her for the millionth time just to make like an absolute nonsense point. The vagina might still be there, but the heart's gone. The soul went to hell, and now she's cheating on you there. Right? And the Avengers music, oh, it just sounds so good. It's like he's making the most profound speech of all time. Like, hey, shut the fuck up real quick, lady. I know I asked you this question, but now I'm talking. Cue the orchestra. Hey, cheating and pussy. What's up with that? I genuinely just can't wrap my head around this whole crew here. I don't even know what he's thinking is going on right now. He thinks he's being so deep and profound and like this is somehow supposed to be inspirational, but it's not. It's not even close to anything at all.
No, I got this right here. Women preserve their value, men create it. Let me explain.
Exactly.
Guys care about a girl's past. A girl cares about a guy's future. Just like if your
No,
boyfriend.
I care about your past.
Hold up.
I have no doubt the three of them are pretty close to illiterate, but what that guy's saying right there is verbatim what all of the other YouTubers who are alpha males try and parrot. They all vomit that exact same line into each other's mouths, and just like Ouroboros, just keep eating each other's asses for all eternity. That whole men create value, women preserve it. Guys care about a girl's past, girls only care about a guy's future. They treat each other like anime protagonists. It's literally r/I'm 14 and this is deep. This is literally sad Facebook statuses from 2010. It's very clear that this guy in particular was very deep into the whole pickup artist community or whatever, because this shit is the exact verbatim shit that they all said in their seminars. I've watched a lot of those on YouTube nights on stream because they're really fun to laugh at. And to a certain extent, I do feel bad for this guy because he got fed this so much that now he's adopted it as a truth, and the cycle just continues.
Hot topic.
Very hot.
Girls cheat more than guys.
Oh, fuck yeah. Girls cheat more than motherfucking dudes.
I was waiting to say that, bro.
Period. They're sneaky.
It's my personal mentality because I'm better than everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not an NFL player. I haven't been to the moon. I'm still better than you.
You gotta. That's how you gotta become. You gotta think you're the best before you are the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody.
That's my personal mentality.
Yeah, he's not an NFL player. He's not a doctor. Hasn't been to the moon. Hasn't had a meaningful relationship. Hasn't been able to read an entire chapter from a Harry Potter book. But you know what? He has a podcast, so he is better than you, pussy. I feel like if I was an employee at the Best Buy they bought the Blue Yetis at, I would be overcome with guilt if I ever found this podcast and recognized them. I'd be like, fuck, I could have stopped this from happening. I could have been the hero if I just didn't sell them the Blue Yetis. It could have all been stopped before it even started.
Honestly, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but what's your take on fitness chicks?
Valid.
Like,
as fuck.
They're
superior to all women.
Top of the line.
Agreed.
Fitness chicks are superior to any woman.
They posted this themselves as one of their highlights. Like, this is one of their finest moments they were proud of. Just fucking imagine that mentality, that this conversation is like a moment you're like, yep, pretty proud of that one. I mean, to be fair, in their defense, they didn't fumble through sentences. because there were no sentences here. It was just like individual words back and forth. Man calls it together like it's a goddamn city council meeting. Boys, gather around. Titties. What do we think? Do we like that? Valid. Milky. Top of the cream of the crop. Yes. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that if I actually did finish all 3 podcasts to completion, there would be a million more wild and wacky moments, but it's just so hard to sit through their podcasts, so I haven't done that yet. So these were just some of the highlights that I found. These are the ones that were posted on their own TikTok, and as well as just a couple of moments that I skimmed through their podcast. And yeah, I just wanted to share this because this is just another very silly alpha male podcast. That's about it. See ya. Here, I'll check this out when I fill up my water and take a piss. I love the quote on that. I'll smack you, tit boy. What does that mean? There's a lot of layers in that onion to peel apart. Let's see what this is. I don't know who Wes Watson is, but I'm very curious to see what he does to tit boy.
How do you define success? What does that mean for you?
Success is, you know, being free, being able to do what I want to do every day when I wake up.
Wrong. Success is how much pussy you get. Duh, idiot. Where's Wes Watson? Set everyone straight here. Is this him?
No vices. That means no drugs, no alcohol, no bullshit. Don't have to hide behind nothing. I mean, what's rich? I mean, you get to do what the fuck you want. I don't.
Is this Wes Watson? Is this the right guy? Let me see. Or is this Tit Boy? Who's who here? Okay, that is Wes Watson. Didn't he just say no drugs? Brother, gear is a drug too, you know that, right? No drugs, except for the ones I do. No vices, except for the ones I do. This guy probably actually did have gynecomastia at some point. So he is literally Tit Boy.
Ash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
because
off
I've been,
and tell me you're fucking proud
because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking...
Oh, wait, I gotta rewind. I always love that. Pull your shirt off! Show me your body! And let me touch it a little bit. Because you're probably not proud of it.
Are you proud? If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
because
off.
I've been,
tell me you're fucking proud
because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking prison.
Jesus Christ!
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison.
Bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No, they go to prison where they get fucking.
Fuck yeah,
where they get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
that's
you're
what
talking about
happens.
shit you don't know.
They go to prison.
This is a crazy argument.
You get your ass
Hold on,
beat
hold
in
on,
front
hold
of
on.
You think that that's
Guys,
better?
guys,
You
guys.
think that that's
Okay,
better?
let's let him. Yeah.
Titties.
Anyway.
Who do you think would win? In what?
Boobs.
Yeah. Okay.
A fight? This guy would probably win. He's got that roid rage psychopath energy. This guy would get snapped in half, no doubt. But if we're talking about like a lactation contest, this guy he's harping on the titties of would not win. It would be this guy. This guy's got so much gear in his body, his tits probably lactate all the time by pure accident. This guy's probably got a pump in his fridge. So it just depends on what kind of fight they're having. If you want to be a true alpha male, not this embarrassing caricature of one, then you have to get yourself the new GamerSupps Waifu Cup of Me that just dropped. That's right, it's finally here. The Moist Waifu Cup has finally arrived. It's available right now at gamersupps.gg. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's guaranteed to be the best possible cup you've ever had in your life. Big thanks to GamerSupps for making this chalice here. I am honored to be represented as a big-tittied waifu. It's been long overdue, and I think it came out extraordinary.
But anyway, if you want,
fuck yeah,
if you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he's reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. And yes, I do think.
What did he go to prison for? To take care of his family? Isn't that the opposite? You were not there for your family if you were in prison. I went to prison because I was such a good dad. That's why I went. He went undercover. Oh, wow, he spent a decade in prison. Holy shit. I thought it was going to be like a, I don't know, like 6-month stint in prison. No, this guy went to jail for 10 years. What did he do? That must have been heinous. During his 10 years in and he actually uses this as a selling point for himself. During his 10 years in California prison, West began building an Instagram presence while behind bars. Well, what did he go to jail for? Then he talks about becoming a millionaire within 18 months after being released. Is that it? It was 10 years in prison for robbery, burglary, assault, and battery. Oh, what? Tough guy's got his Instagram account privated? What's going on with that? He's got 1.2 million followers, though. Why is his Instagram private, though? That's not ripped, rare, and rich. I'm sure all the followers are real people, too, and not bots. I have no doubt. No, it's definitely not a purchased account. If anyone's curious, though, for how he became a millionaire within 18 months of being released from prison, he did it because he exploited you. The desperate, gullible men that are purchasing his shit and saying that it's worthwhile. You think this guy somehow found the ways to make money in jail for 10 years for beating people and robbing them? Yeah, I'm sure he's got a fucking fountain of knowledge to bestow upon you. He just found the easiest way of making money in the modern age, which is telling desperate men that they're losers, and the only way they'll stop being a loser is if they give him money. That's it. That's the shocking secret to how he became a millionaire. Charlie, he invented docking and copyrighted it. True, actually, maybe that is what it is. He brought docking into the mainstream.
True wealth is having a wife, and true wealth, that is what I think it is. And that is what I think truly success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
And then
what
when
I
you
think
go to the
success
beach
is.
with your family, they're like, there's my stud dad right there standing there.
Do you have
That's literally his whole life. Holy shit, that is so sad. His whole life is his body. Which is going to give out within the next 15 years from his overusage of gear. That's so sad. That is so fucking sad. This guy is 10x the insecurity of this man. Oof. That is actually all he can say. What an absolute fucking weenie. Yeah.
A stud right there with
Do
his
you,
shirt off.
do you have children?
Look at that stud.
Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
You have 2. So, are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw me
worth more
standing
than your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's, God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining.
That
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna.
Dude,
All right,
look
let's
at
just.
your goddamn self.
Oh man, this is much worse than I thought it would be for this guy. Yikes. Eek. Eek. I'm sure his children are so proud. My dad's a superstar. Look at him melt down on this fucking podcast about this guy. All because his body isn't as exploited with gear as my dad's. I'm so happy. My pop is the best. Oh, he only spent the first 10 years of my life in jail. What do you mean? He's a great dad.
This is not what men look like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners? Is that what they look like?
This is the problem in society. If you're like this, think they could talk to someone like me like that.
You started it, goofball. Oh my god, he's getting. This is why he privated his Instagram account now. I see. Oh my, he's getting destroyed.
That's what the show is supposed to be about. I like this shit. So personally, I enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks like you enjoy it. Private account.
Yeah, we can have
we
a.
can move on, but Jesus Christ, men don't have tits.
Thanks for your sub, Jan.
That physically,
Men usually have hair. We can agree on
that
that too.
He has
Physically.
crossed over gender barriers.
Right.
That guy actually only has a single thought in his mind at any given time. My body versus that body. My body better. My body use all kind of HGH substances. Thus I win. And he can't process anything else.
Need some other little fucking lame douche over there.
Oh man.
I'll still answer the question. Is giving someone an expensive watch?
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is
This guy is having. This guy. This guy's fucking awesome. What an effective clown. I've never heard of Wes Watson before. I need to look more into this. Master your mind and body. Meanwhile, this guy just throws a temper tantrum like a child who can only say one thing, like, your body's yucky. I went to jail for 10 years, so what? Would you hang out with these guys? Oh, this is cute. On his website, he had a little bit of hair. Oh, so here we go. He used to be a marijuana dealer. And it looks like he was sentenced to jail for what Chatter mentioned earlier with like the robbery, assault, burglary, whatever, all of that. But he used to be a dealer. So I'm guessing... I still haven't seen exactly what the case was. but I'm guessing it was something about like a deal gone bad, maybe? I don't really know. I thought so. Okay. So the this is so crazy. I think this is right. So the person he's currently dating is the woman who had that very viral plane meltdown and then got offered a porn deal. So his current girlfriend is this lady, I'm pretty sure. At least according to the articles that I was coming up and reading about this lady.
I did nothing wrong. No, you shut the up. You shut the up and your bitch. You shut the... Film me. I'm Instagram famous, you bum. Shut the up.
It's crazy. That's a perfect match. That is a perfect match. Two insufferable people dating each other. You couldn't script that any better. Did she take the porn deal too? That would be the cherry on top of the Wes Watson shit cake. This is so interesting. Hold on, one more thing I want to look up that I saw pop up briefly when looking into Wes Watson. Just, sorry. And then we'll get back to him screaming about whatever the fuck he's melting down about, shaking his fist at the clouds. Your body isn't as ripped as mine, clouds. You have no right here. Okay. So what I saw come up is that he also has a podcast, but that doesn't seem correct. It looks like he was a guest on a podcast, and it was called How to Date a Bad Bitch. And it's him talking about dating that plane lady that was melting down. Alright, sorry, I'll stop looking up shit on the side here for side quests. Let's see what else he has to say.
Jesus Christ.
They're skilled at some things.
Whoever
Hey,
fucking said
hang
that.
on. That bass
Kick
guy
you in
right
your
there just said,
fucking
hell
face,
yes,
little
shut up.
faggot.
That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome.
Different guys on the
this
panel.
is why most people don't invite me places.
Guys. Different guys
Yeah,
on
we
the panel.
That's so sad.
Tell.
Have different skills.
Yeah, that is so sad. Why would you say that? This is why I don't have any friends. Man, I don't have any friends. Look how quiet he gets after saying that, too.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's
God,
got
that's
like a
actually
half
all he's
fucking
got.
jelly donut
Hey,
or
bro,
what.
your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head.
Are you sure?
Oh, boy.
Shave your head, or-
Uh-oh.
I want to see these guys women. Let's put these trolls back here.
Women are not objects in our world because we're not material.
Hey, Wes, I don't think you want to play that game, brother. Your woman went viral for being an insufferable asshole that everyone clowned on, and she got offered to do porn. Like, brother, you don't want to play that game. You really don't. This guy super sucks. He talks about how he used to be a huge drug-dealing kingpin who lived in big mansions, but the reality is he sold a little bit of weed and slept on his friend's couch. No, that's the propaganda that they're feeding you. He really was. No, dude, this guy, Wes Watson, he really did live in the biggest mansions, fuck the baddest bitches, sell the dopest weed. You got your facts mixed up.
We're gonna move on.
Cry if you want.
We're gonna move on.
That's all
We're
you
gonna move
got.
on.
He's still going. He's so hurt.
We're gonna
No,
move on.
that's all you got is threats.
We're gonna
fruit
move on,
drink.
guys. We're gonna
I'm
move
a great
on.
speaker.
We're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on.
Listen, Rich, gonna be proud of
No, it looks like they calmed him. Well, calmed him down is the wrong word. It looks like he ran out of words in his head. So then he blue screened in his brain. What an interesting guy. He's like if you tried to have someone do their best to be Dan Bilzerian, but without the actual money. Just taking like core personality traits and rolling them up into one guy who's battling his inner demons of insecurity. He's trying so fucking hard to put on the persona. He's more like a D-list Liver King. Liver King tries to be like wholesome. Like Liver King, he's just a scammer. This guy is both a scammer and an insufferable asshole who projects his insecurities onto every single living being with a pulse, it seems. And then privates his Instagram account when people tell him that he's a loser. That was interesting. That did lead to a new discovery here of the Wes Watson rabbit hole. I looked more into his arrest. He basically got arrested for beating up and robbing a low-level weed dealer at a random motel. Brother, that's not what happened. I don't know what kind of fucking woke news sources you're reading. Wes Watson, he marched out into Gotham by himself and took on Penguin's entire gang, upturned that bitch, and stole all their product, and eventually Commissioner Gordon had him thrown behind bars. That's what happened. And he did it for his family. That was pretty cool. That was pretty fucking awesome. Anyone remember the rise of Sigma males? While many of you may have forgotten about them, they haven't gone quietly into the night. There's still a very active community of Sigma males that continue to post content reaffirming that they are the best, the top of the food chain. And sometimes I'll occasionally peek my curious little head in there and see what's going on in this Sigma male community. And there's a channel that does a lot of it, and they recently posted a video called Why Sigma Males Are Seriously Dangerous. And it's the same standard shit where it just spouts a bunch of nonsense that's supposed to sound hard. Like, the Sigma male community treats each other like they're all secretly James Bond. Number 5. Why a Sigma male is seriously dangerous? Well, he'll pour a bowl of cereal without ever adding the milk, because the milk is a hindrance to his cold, calculating mind. His slight lactose intolerance isn't a weakness, it's a strength that he uses to get the best of his enemies, and they never see it coming. That kind of stuff. And there's nothing overly interesting about the video itself. I'll just go ahead and play, like, a couple clips real fast. What I want to focus on is actually the comments.
Many people mistake the Sigma male as the shy guy, thinking he knows nothing. Little do they know that this is how he wants it to be perceived. He is not shy, he just doesn't want to be seen. He knows exactly what he's doing and is not one to be underestimated. He is the quiet one who absorbs everything.
It's just 13 minutes of this with footage from a bunch of popular movies, and it sounds like they're either describing a stalker or Batman. And what's really weird to me is it's not really motivational. If I was someone who self-identified as a Sigma, hearing this stuff would make me feel really bad about it, actually.
While the Sigma man may seem like a harmless introvert, he is actually a dangerous opponent you don't want to mess with. He may not have big muscles or a loud voice, but his sharp mind and strategy are his most valuable weapons.
I just don't really get what kind of fantasy world this is trying to appeal to, where everyone is trying to pick on and kill the Sigma male or something. So this is like talking about, well, you don't want to do that. You don't want to poke the sleeping bear that is the Sigma male. They act like Sigma males are being hunted, rounded up in the streets, piles of corpses of Sigma males. Like, I don't know why all of this Sigma male stuff is always about, like, opponents. Like, you don't want to mess with a Sigma male. Very difficult to deal with opponent. And it's all spoken as if it's some kind of nature documentary from the BBC with David Attenborough commentating it.
Some people's unpredictability can really put you on edge, especially when you push them too far. It's like walking on a tightrope with no safety net. It's not just the fact that Sigma men are unpredictable. It's the way they make you feel when you can't anticipate their reactions. This can be seriously risky, especially if you're in a confrontational situation with a Sigma.
I won't bother showing you any more clips from the video itself. I think you get it. It's 13 minutes of this. Here's why the Sigma male's so dangerous and so badass. Sigma male's unpredictability makes him the most fearsome foe imaginable. It's like playing a game of chess against a Sigma, but he can see your moves, and you can't see his. But then it turns out the Sigma is actually playing a game of checkers the entire time, and you fell right for his trap. King me. But don't, because the Sigma male doesn't want to be king. He'd rather pull the strings from the shadows like the puppet master he is. It's 13 minutes of that. And for some reason I don't fully understand, this kind of stuff is exactly what the Sigma male community loves to hear and endlessly consume like some junk food. So in the comments section, it's a bunch of people telling each other their Sigma stories as well as giving a TED Talk on the beauty of being a Sigma male. It is amazing. So right now, this is one of the top comments. You don't need to fear Sigma males, which immediately to me seems like it should be a red flag if people are afraid of you in general. Like, maybe there's some self-reflection that should be done to not make people feel on edge around you. That would be my perception of it. But again, I think it's kind of just diving into, like, playing this Sigma character. I don't know if people fully believe in it. I think it's just kind of a for fun thing. It's just that if you harass him, be it on the workplace, the neighborhood, verbally or physically, he is likely to knock you down in one way or another and when you least expect it. Normal people will usually interpret him as being a little shy, while aggressive, dominant people will take him for being an easy prey, and they won't even know what hit them. It may take them a considerable amount of time to put the pieces together and figure out what actually happened. Sigma males are not some kind of dangerous James Bond people. They are first and foremost characterized by going their own way, and, as a consequence, dominant, aggressive people will seriously underestimate them. This is what I'm talking about, though, where a lot of them seem to be living in this world where they feel as though everyone's out to get them. So then they retreat into these corners where they like prop each other up like they're underestimating us. And that's their biggest mistake. Sigmas will rise and grind to the very top, and then they'll all rue the day they underestimated us, and they won't even see it coming. Now, if I was to cosplay a psychologist, I have noticed a common thread throughout all of the Sigma content and comments over the years, which is always being misunderstood, being underestimated or neglected by society, and then a lot of what they talk about is getting revenge for that and just kind of taking that power back for themselves. And I'm not just trying to shit on Sigma males, I actually find it somewhat sad because I feel like a lot of it stems from things not going the way they wanted it to while growing up, and now at this point, they've kind of pushed themselves into a bubble where they're surrounded by people that also haven't had the best time. So they've now made it into this Sigma bubble for which that gives them a level of comfort knowing other people there, and they push everyone else away. So it's just, I don't know, the whole situation with this Sigma shit, like alphas versus Sigmas versus Omega males, like that whole, grand cosmic war, has just been so weird to watch unfold on the internet as more and more people lock themselves away inside. But anyway, let's just read some more Sigma comments, I suppose. I can recall many times in my life that people were very surprised at me. One person said, "I didn't know you hated in you." I think it meant had it in you. At another time, someone said, "How did you do that? He is much bigger than you." I wrote some poems one time and recited them in front of a large group of people that knew me well. No one expected that of me. Not the most specific description of Sigma male activities here, but it makes me curious for more knowledge on that. What is the "how did you do that? He's much bigger than you"? Is it referring to a fight? How did you do that? You crushed him with your telekinetic mind abilities. That's incredible. He's so much bigger than you. How'd you do it? And then I remember another time when Uncle Ben pulled me aside in a car ride and said, "Sigma, with great power comes great responsibility." And I've lived my life that whole way. So then I read poems to people. Like, it's very clear in a lot of these comments, the people behind the keyboard are very young. And I feel like if you get lost in this like Sigma versus Alpha versus Omega kind of shit, you are immediately setting yourself up to go down a path that's not going to lead to the best outcomes that you'd probably want. Sigmas are like snipers lying in wait, sometimes waiting for years, patiently waiting for the right moment to gently squeeze the trigger. The target never knew what hit them, and even better, never knew who fired the shot. And then someone replied to that comment with this, and it seems like they're fighting amongst themselves in this. So this is a Sigma versus Sigma, so stand the fuck back. This is up there with like Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, like the kaijus are throwing down. And I am not moved at all. You sound as though no one can read and get the jump before you get the jump on them. Being unreadable is readable in this game. Like the image of the guy in the still shot before the video, that's readable to me. Unless you have a divine nature, you will give an indication somewhere. And then someone else replied to that, you would have to basically be a mind reader, and even then, you are likely still 2 steps behind. I feel like they just watched a really cheesy 80s action movie, heard a line similar to this, and decided to drop it in response to the sniper line. Like, what I don't even understand what that's supposed to mean. Being unreadable is readable in this game. What game? What game is being played right now? What is going on? It's just this really desperate desire to be like a secret badass or be like super special. And I think an important lesson that extends well beyond just Sigmas exclusively is to accept that there's nothing wrong with just being normal. Like, you don't need to have some kind of quirky, special personality trait that defines you. You can just be normal and enjoy life that way. It just seems like the internet's corrupted everyone's brain into believing that being average is boring and a bad way of living, when I just totally disagree. I don't know how many times that I've been accused of being unassuming. It almost gets boring. I immediately have to interject. Who's accusing you of being unassuming? I've never met anyone in the world that would come up to a stranger and be like, "Hey, geez, you're like really unassuming, you know that, bud?" Like, I just can't imagine that being common. But anyway, however, a lot is true. Sigmas hit you like a cobra and are very strategic in their thinking. We are considered to be weak when we avoid confrontation, but when we can, we do not let go and hit back when the moment is right. The effects are devastating. The opponents do not know what has hit them. At work, I have colleagues who think they have the upper hand. But no, it is me manipulating them. They still think they are winning. Once again, just another example of how all of this is putting you against everyone else, making everything a you versus them mentality, which I think is the most unhealthy way of living life. Constantly being in this imaginary, invisible competition with all of the strangers around you is a recipe for just making yourself miserable. Sigma males know what will happen sometimes years in advance, when no one else has any clue, not because they're psychic, but because their different perspective allows them to see things that are obvious, but which are usually hidden in everyone else's blind spot. Alphas march uninformed into battle. They declare a war and fight until the conflict is resolved by military means. Sigmas hide in plain sight. They observe everything that is going on and plan 10 steps ahead with extreme precision. They are a one-man army. But they rarely have to fire a single shot, because they know exactly when to strike and how to avoid getting caught. Sigmas are the saboteurs. They break the enemy by silently creating circumstances that make his life hell, and makes his victory impossible to attain. What in tarnation? Listen, many do not even see their part in the cause of why the Sigma is what they are, but others just become a crybaby and about nothing, which is so disturbing and so shallow, and then they project their inner mess on the Sigma, and I have had so many cases that that mechanism was projected and falsely assumed, and wrong conclusions are being made that it is healthy and perfectly normal that they will get hit because they ask for it. If someone keeps kicking your legs, for instance, it is normal that at some point you will get a huge shitload of a predictable kickback, and they even dare to feel surprised that kicking someone continuously leads to retribution, especially when you set boundaries in clear and decent manner. Is anyone understanding this huge blind spot of some that are deliberately attacking Sigmas? Because I would like to learn why many people would behave like that. I think that says all that needs to be said. I don't know what was said there, but it was words for sure. I don't know who's attacking Sigmas. Maybe like making jokes occasionally, but like a lot of what they describe feels like they're about to commit an act of violence or something in the comment section. Like some of it feels genuinely a bit unhinged. Anyway, though, again, there is nothing wrong with being quiet or anything like that. You don't need to be like lashing out for that or trying to find reasons for why you might be quiet. Well, it's actually because I'm a secret badass who's always cold and calculating, planning my next move to overthrow the alphas. It doesn't need to get into fanfic. There's nothing wrong with just being average and normal. There's nothing wrong with it. There really isn't. Just calm down. There's not this big war with alphas against omegas versus betas versus sigmas and all of this. It's just not that deep. But, you know, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I've been back on that Sigma rabbit hole, and it's getting weirder than it was like a year or two ago. So that's really about it. See ya. I've stumbled across the creepiest dating coach the cyberspace has ever seen. He's like a Galactus-level threat to getting laid. Like, if you ever wanted to ensure every woman is frightened of you, follow his advice. But also, if you want to follow his advice, make sure you got your piggy bank ready to turn over, because you gotta pay for his course on it. This is his slogan: alpha dominance in dating, rise above the rest. And then if you scroll down on his homepage, it says, navigate the fog when it comes to women, it's time to level up. Now, I'm gonna show you all the videos he's been posting to try and drive sales to his Picking Up Women course, the steaming ham tutorial step-by-step guide. And he's pretty much exactly what you're picturing right now after reading It's Time to Level Up. He legitimately looks and speaks like a Redditor who's just reading off of old Ask Reddit pages from 12 years ago.
You do not have to accept her rejection.
You couldn't script a worse start to this lesson. You don't have to accept her rejection. Brother, that's like the #1 thing you should accept, not just with women, but with people in general. Nobody likes the pushy douchebag that refuses to take no for an answer. The guy's out here cosplaying as a car salesman, treating romance like it's a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. No, I will not allow this to happen because I have this trap card. The conversation will continue whether you like it or not.
I'm a professional dating coach, and I teach guys how to understand the female mind. Now, if you're one of the people that haven't applied anything in my course or my videos or anything like that, this video is not for you. This is an advanced technique.
This ain't your grandma's flirting no more. This ain't Weenie Hut Juniors. This is forbidden jutsu. While you were out partying, he was inside, studying the techniques, and he's bestowing upon us his sage wisdom with the advanced stuff. This is a man who has mastered the female mind, and he's sharing all of its secrets with us and telling us all the techniques to make it bend to our will.
You don't have to accept her rejection. Now, here's an example. I was talking to a girl, and she said, I'm not really interested. And I, instead of just going, okay, and then just turning away, I did this. Why would you not be interested in me? I'm the best.
It's genius! The chosen one! Lisan Al-Gaib! How could we have not thought of that technique? Whoa! Instead of just accepting when a girl isn't into you, you say, wait, but you should be. No, you! He's done it! He's cracked the code! His midichlorian count is beyond our comprehension. Behold, the patron saint of pussy has come! Yes! So instead of accepting a rejection, you keep pestering her about you being the best. If that's not the most cringe shit in the world, I don't know what is.
Absolutely the best. And she's like, oh, how? I'm like, well, you'd have to come over to my house to find out. And you'd also have to be okay with kink, and you'd also have to be okay with my mastery of the ropes and the fact I have multiple women. And actually, maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't be the best for me.
Yeah, fucking right, dweeb. She'd see through that lie so quickly. The only thing you're best at is top lane one-trick Teemo in your fucking anime club Discord group. No shot that would ever work in a real situation. If you said that to a living, breathing human being in the real world, she would be so immediately creeped out by you, she'd be running away, fucking screaming for help. Going up to a stranger who has just rejected you and then saying you're the best and the only way she'll find out how is if she comes over and has to be into kink and all of that. What fantasy are you living in? You're so fucking porn-brained if you think that would ever work on just a total stranger. It makes you sound like a serial killer, like she'd go over and it'd be a scene out of Dexter's early seasons, fucking plastic put up everywhere as you're about to dismember her. She'd have to be okay with your mastering of the ropes and your multiple women. A, saying multiple women in this context makes it sound like multiple victims more than anything, and B, I don't know who put this into the heads of some, like, really desperate men, but most women don't like to hear that you're fucking a ton of other women, too. Like, that's not really a turn-on or anything. I know that a lot of delusional dudes think it makes them seem more desirable to women, like, oh, it's okay if you tell me no, I have, like, 16 other women that will tell me yes. Your loss, I suppose. But it's not really, like, a flex or anything. It seems super weird. It is super weird.
She started going back and forth with me, and I started building attraction in that because now I had sidestepped her fucking rejection. Granted, keep in mind, I didn't force it. I didn't say, no, you're gonna... I just played into her little fucking game. I knew she was playing with me a little bit, or just kind of disengaging, and I gave her a little bit of fun. You want to know what I did with her later?
Of all of the things in the world that have never happened, that has never happened the most. That is the most didn't happen shit of all time. What a bunch of baloney. Actual horseradish on this story. Just a blatant lie trying to get dudes to buy into this fantasy that he's selling, to try and go to his website and give him money for the worst advice you'll ever hear. So, if you do go to his website and check out, like, why you should buy it, there's a nugget of wisdom in there that I can't help but share. But according to him and nobody else, he basically can't leave the house without having thousands of sodden panties tossed at him from women that are vying for his cock. So if you go to why you should purchase the course and what you get, he says, proven results, with over 100,000 Tinder matches in 2 years, which is an outrageous number. He's fucking entire cities worth of women. Like, your girlfriend has probably been with this guy. In fact, ask your mom right now if she cheated on your father with this guy. I bet if you walked up to any woman on the street right now and said his name, they'd have a Winter Soldier moment going through it. Now, I'm not saying his name because I'm not trying to have people, like, harass him, but I'm fighting a really strong urge to not mention his name because it's so fucking silly. His name is Alpha plus his name. It's actually kind of adorable. He calls himself the Alpha. But anyway, as well as a little over 1,000 women in his dating lifestyle and multiple women currently with him. So he's not in a monogamous relationship. A guy like this with 100,000 Tinder matches, he has entire harems with him at all times, slobbering on his cock. His cock is never in his pants. It's always in someone else's mouth or pussy. The methods are time-tested and proven not just by him, but also by his clients across multiple types of men. These methods just work. Don't settle for mediocrity in your dating life. Embrace the alpha mindset and unleash your true potential to attract the partners you desire. Cracking the alpha dating mind will equip you with skills, mindset, and charisma to become a dominant force in the dating world. Gain the confidence, magnetism, and success you deserve in every romantic pursuit. Invest in yourself. Unleash your alpha potential today. I mean, my credit card's already flying out of my wallet right now. I need to unlock my alpha potential.
Ask a girl, can I get your number? She said, no, I just got out of a relationship and I don't know if I'm ready to date or whatever. And I handed her my phone and said, go ahead, type it in. It'll be fine.
Another story more fake than the Tooth Fairy here, but the way that he tells this story is haunting. I'm getting chills listening to it, like I feel threatened.
We can get Chardonnay, we can talk like girlfriends and talk about your old relationship with this guy. We're not going to do that, but it's going to be okay. Another example. Once again, not forcing it, not being super aggressive. She can say no again, which at that point I would have disengaged. But guess what she didn't do? Didn't say no. And that was the first time it happened. And then I did it again and again and again and again and again. And most of them ended up coming over my house, ended up sleeping with me. You just gotta know how to do it correctly.
I can see how he had 100,000 Tinder matches and has multiple women that he's with at all times. He is a smooth operator here. I admit I was skeptical at first, but after hearing this expertise, it's clear. There's not going to be any vagina left in the world for the rest of us men, now that he's out there on the prowl. Lord help us all.
Here's something I need you to do. I need you to enter the female mind for a second.
Oh, okay, yes sir. Oh man, he's delivering an order. Alright, I'll try and jack into the female mind real quick. Oh god, it's so scary in here. Alpha, pull me out. I don't know what I'm doing. I need your guidance. I'm
a professional dating coach and I teach guys how to understand the female mind. Now, this will help you get more numbers because you gotta fucking understand how their mind works and what they go through every day. Imagine if every fucking day of your life you were approached for about 45 times, which is the number that I've come up with my extensive study.
Very scientific gathering methods, I'm sure. Yes, I've approximately calculated that every single woman is approached roughly 45.3, repeating, of course, times per day. Now, since you're in the female mind, since I've instructed you to do so, you'll recognize the mental burden that this takes on the female mind, of which I, your dating coach Alpha, have mastered.
Things like, why don't you give me yours, is a fucking thing that's going to weed out 95% of the spineless males that aren't persistent, that aren't fucking clever, that aren't witty, that can't have fun with her.
Yeah, those beta cucks. Not like Alpha here, who's so clever and witty he came up with the absolutely nefarious, diabolical, even, genius method of saying, hey, I'm the best. Whoa, man, he's good. To give him more credit, there was more to it. I'm the best. And you can only find out by coming over and being okay with my mastery of the ropes, the blade, and be kinky. Also, give me your number so we can talk about your ex-boyfriend. Really good stuff. Like, actually very good stuff. I see why it's so effective now that I'm in the female mind.
And there's a reason she does it. Without being extremely forceful, sidestep it. Like I just said in the last 2 videos. You're welcome.
Disregard everything the woman wants. You do what you want, and you don't accept rejection. This guy's good. I see it now.
Let's talk about my nails. I'm a professional dating coach, and I teach guys how to understand the female mind. Here's the thing. If you think this thing you learned in high school, or that, is the best way to get a girl to, oh my god, to an O, Jesus Christ.
Not even God could have mercy on your soul if you had that belief. Alpha's about to tear that shit down and blast your ass with real knowledge on how to get a girl to an O. And you can tell he's reliable because he's wearing his sunglasses and his leather jacket with the collar popped. So you know he just finished a threesome with 2 supermodels right before hopping in this car right now. And he's taking time out of his busy day of fucking mashing pissers with the hottest women on the planet to try and teach us barbarians how we can be even an iota of the man that Alpha is.
I can drag my fingers down a girl's back and cause one. If you don't know what a TO is, I can't go into, you'll should know them. TO and AO, Skino, especially a mental O. If you've never given a girl a mental O, gotta tell ya, you're a kiddie league. Stepping into the arena with the pros, and you have no idea what you're doing.
You disgusting coward, you're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. Yeah, you're in the junior leagues. You're not ready for the men's Thunderdome. If you don't know what a TO is, which he refuses to elaborate on and gets really hung up on, so it makes me wonder if he knows what it is. But if you don't know what that is, even if you're not familiar with this nomenclature, you're already fucked. If you've never given a girl a mental O, hoo-wee, you stink, brother. But yeah, so I was trying to like analyze these terms because I'd never heard them before. So putting together context clues, I think a TO is a titty orgasm. I think an AO is an anal orgasm. Fucking, I've never heard these before. TO, AO, Cheerio, which is a breakfast cereal. Like, who uses those terms?
Guy, sorry. A little tip. Put a glove on with a long nail and rake. Not hard. You're welcome.
Now, this is going to come as a shock to all of you watching this, and you're probably not going to believe me, but it's the truth. Somehow, people on TikTok were making fun of this guy, so he responded to the haters.
So, I'm going to try to gain composure in this one. I've filmed this video way too many fucking times.
No, you didn't. That's an absolute lie. You're trying to put on a strong face because you're the alpha, but it's pretty clear the comments and what people are saying got to you, got under your skin, and you're making this as a strong response to it where you're laughing in their face. But the laugh is so unbelievably forced and fake, it's very clear. This shit looks like some kind of high school drama club audition laugh.
But I kind of want to show you guys. I kind of want to show you the elite level of hate that I'm dealing with. Oh, dude, look. I am literally, that's fucking real fucking cry laughing. All right.
He just has a full-blown Joker meltdown. This app deserves a new class of dating coach, and I'm gonna give it to him. Yeah, that's kind of just the whole video response where he's like, I can't believe all this hate. You guys are giving me fame. You playing right into the palm of my hands type shit. But anyway, you get the idea. Just another dog shit dating coach scam looking to capitalize off of people's insecurity and desperation to try and find a partner. Just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. So yeah, I'm sure you've all heard the expression, fake it till you make it. But today I want to take a look at what happens when all you do is fake it without ever making it. You end up like this loser we're about to take a look at today. A guy who has become a complete parody of self-confidence, but without any level of self-awareness. He portrays himself as an extremely successful, extremely rich guy that would have no problem at all stealing your wife right out from under your nose. It's beautiful stuff that he talks about.
Take you, for example, and me, and we both pull up and we go to your girl. Odds are I'm gonna take that bitch. If you compared me to you, you're not gonna win that battle.
Bro's out here rocking that man dark body type and acting like he for some reason be able to take your girl just because he rolled up in a rented McLaren. This guy's entire personality is money. He's like a real life Mr. Krabs, but with even skinnier arms. So he believes because he has money that he's entitled to women and women find him irresistible. You can tell by looking at him this was no jock in high school. This wasn't exactly the prom king. Yet he pretends that he is now. He talks about how successful his businesses are now. He has a 9-figure business. He has all of this money. Though I don't necessarily take him at his word because I just don't believe a fucking word this guy says.
So the next time you think that your girl's on lock, I got the keys to the castle, motherfucker.
I have no doubt he spent hours trying to cook up that finishing line right there. The keys to the castle. Now, why I don't believe him about the success of his business is because the only thing he shows that's worth money is his car, the McLaren. He's made like 1,000 shorts about how much money he spends filling up a McLaren's tank, or how often he drives his McLaren, and that is the only thing worth a lot of money that he's ever shown, at least that I've seen. So that leads me to believe that it is 100% rented, or he really dumped all of his money into that one vehicle in order to portray himself as a successful businessman. He did a little house tour, and it's very humble living. It's a nice place, but it's not exactly like a super mega mansion you would expect someone with a 9-figure business to own. And he's not wearing a ton of ice or anything like that, and he's clearly a guy who loves to flex because he's always talking about his wealth and his success, yet the only thing you can ever see from that is that McLaren. Now, this may be like a tinfoil hat conspiracy, but I truly just think he either rinsed it for these videos or, even more depressingly, drained all of his finances to make that big purchase with that belief that this car would be enough to convince people that he has a lot of money. Like, he specced all of his points into delusion here and is just letting it rip. Like, this McLaren means I'm successful. I gotta fake it till I make it. This is how I do it.
Ah! Here's why the gym does not matter. I'm tired of guys that are like, oh, I'm going to the gym, I'm trying to get fit. I feel like I have a pretty decent tone.
Did douchebag Slenderman get you with that jump scare in the beginning? So this is his rant about why going to the gym makes you a fucking idiot. Because he's skinny and insecure. So you going to the gym is offensive to him. It's pretty pathetic. You don't want to go to the gym, that's fine. Buddy's out here built like 2 french fries duct taped to an uncooked spaghetti noodle. And if you're happy with your body there, that's absolutely fine. But why shit on people that are going to the gym? He makes a whole rant about why it's stupid to do it, which is laughable.
I don't need to go to the gym, because you pull up to the gym making less than 10K a month, pulling up in your bullshit fucking Corolla, and I pull up in my McLaren. It's not even a contest, dude. No one gives a fuck about your muscles. Most of the guys that go to the gym, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're fucking stupid. All that pre-workout that you're taking is making you more stupider.
So unless you're making over 10K a month, you don't have the right to go to the gym? Like, he's not even making a point. Like, he's not even saying, like, the time you spend in the gym, you could be spent learning how to drop ship things from Alibaba. Like, he's not even, like, trying to make some kind of point. He's just like, you're stupid for going to the gym because you're making less than 10K a month. He actually sounds like he's about to cry. You're stupid with your dumb muscles, dumb muscle man. Like, what in the crazy insecurity are you going through right now to think that this was a good idea?
Here's why you gotta break up with your girlfriend if you're not making 6 figures a year. Brutal honest truth is that girls need a man who can protect and provide for them. If you're not making at least 10K a month, how the fuck are you gonna protect and provide for your girl?
Man's out here boofing crazy pills. You don't need to be making 10K a month in order to protect your girlfriend. You have absolutely no meat on your bones whatsoever. The only foe you're equipped to handle is if the gingerbread men from Shrek tried to attack your girl, then maybe you could fend them off. But everyone above the age of 18 and weighing more than 100 pounds, it's going to be a tough tussle. And making more than 10K a month doesn't enable you to magically protect her better. If someone's making a ruckus and you're trying to stop whatever's going on, the amount of money you have isn't going to do anything for you. You can't just be like throwing money at it like, get away from her, you scallywag. She's with me and I make more than 10K a month. Here's money. Like throwing it all over the place to get them away. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's just pure delusion. Now, I guess, like, he's not wrong. If you make more money, you can provide more, I suppose. But what the fuck does that have to do with anything? So if you don't make 100K at least a year, break up with your girl.
It's cool that she's sticking with you right now because you're trying to build yourself. But at the same time, if some guy like me comes up and gets in the way, she's gonna choose me over you because I can provide more. In this feast or famine world, women will always pick the best case scenario because they don't want to get hurt. And you being broke as fuck definitely hurts.
What hurts more than being broke is being broke but pretending you're not, like this guy. It's so... I don't know if he actually believes the shit he's selling or if it's only to try and get people to, like, sign up to courses or anything like that. I'm really not sure if he actually, like, loves the smell of his own farts or if it all is an act. I couldn't tell you. Either way, it's to further the goal of making money off the back of desperate people who see this and think that this guy is actually super successful and is trying to give them the secrets to success. It's all just another guru scam, but... I find him particularly entertaining because he's doing the bare minimum. He didn't even bother to invest in his own body to look the part, so he's not in good shape. He didn't bother to even really pretend to have a lot of money aside from that McLaren that he shows from time to time. And he's just saying things that other gurus say. And I don't know if he's actually found real success. I know he has quite a bit of botted engagement that I've seen online, at least as of everything I've been able to research from it. But other than that, I don't know if anyone even believes his act. I would be surprised if they did, because he's very bad at it. Also, just to explain why there's driving underneath his video, it's because it's a TikTok thing where everyone needs perpetual stimulation, constant jingling keys, so for any video where it's talking, they play like Subway Surfers or anything engaging a game underneath to keep viewers' attention. It's pathetic. TikTok has absolutely rotted brains where people need like absolute activity at every single moment. They can't just listen to talking on there.
So if you always wondered what dating an entrepreneur looks like, this is what the fuck it looks like. I don't cook, I don't clean, I got whiteboards all over the place. My setup's there, this is like my sanctuary. No one fucks with me here. As far as a fridge, it's pretty fucking awful. So I got beer, Happy Dads, Gatorade, oh dude, Bel Air bottle, champagne. I got these Dunkin' Donut iced coffees, and then for dinner I'll go to the pier and like have dinner. I will never fucking cook. This will never be used. I don't even know why I have a fucking mitt.
And here's the look at the house I mentioned. It's clearly a cozy spot. It's a nice house. It's not a super elaborate house. This is not a mega mansion or anything like that. So if he's a super successful 9-figure guy who loves to flex everything, why would he be living in a house like this? It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't really track. I also love the whole whiteboard thing. He probably watched one video on like, it's important to write down your goals or whatever as an entrepreneur. So he bought like 9 whiteboards and hung them all up and filled them with gibberish nonsense. I tried zooming in on the frame where it focuses on a whiteboard, but I couldn't make it out because his handwriting looks like he wrote it while he was getting hit by an earthquake. So it's completely illegible for the most part. But I'm pretty sure one of them was agility. And he had a check mark next to it, meaning he must have done like agility drills, I suppose. I could be reading it incorrectly, but I'm almost positive it said just agility on one of them. Maybe it's like RuneScape goals and he's like skilling right now, so he's working on agility and he checked it off once he got like a certain amount of XP. I don't know. Very goofy regardless though.
Here's just a couple of signs that your girlfriend might be cheating. Number 1 is she's not texting you as readily as you've used to.
Easiest way to tell if your girl is cheating is, did she ever find that you bought this guy's course? If she did, she's absolutely cheating. No doubt. And you deserve it. Why the fuck would you buy a course from a guy like this? It's so embarrassing. Like he actually just went to like WikiHow and just started copying articles on like how to tell if your girl is cheating. 7 life hacks for that. And then he just starts regurgitating them here. But anyway, I could go on and on. There's so many embarrassing shorts he's made, but there's no reason to just keep going over it. I just wanted to showcase some of his better ones here and talk about it a little bit. That's about it. See ya. Alpha male content creators get more wedgies than the men that they're trying to scam. They get made fun of almost as much as bronies used to back in the day. And right now there's a new clown that everyone is taking turns shooting spitballs at, and I had never heard of this alpha male before, which is extremely rare, like Halley's Comet. Because when it comes to alpha males, I treat it like I'm Professor Oak. I'm obsessed with it. I'm studying them. I'm going out there into the field researching them. Yet somehow this gold mine slipped under my radar.
Here are 3 weird signs that no one thinks you're attractive. Number 1, you have to wait in line wherever you go. People tend to let attractive people skip lines.
No, they don't. Not even in your wildest dreams is that a normal occurrence. Very few souls on God's green earth are going to let someone cut them in line just because they're attractive. Like maybe there's a couple isolated cases where some virgin goober who used like an Ask Reddit thread looking for advice on how to break the ice with a girl might let her like cut in front of him at a coffee shop or something in the hopes that maybe it'll spark a conversation, he'll get her number and they'll get married. But that's not normal. Attractive people don't just get to part the seas like Moses anytime they walk into a Chipotle. Like, who even hears that and believes him? That's never happened to him, I promise, and it doesn't happen to anybody.
What is that, Chipotle? When you go somewhere and you're an attractive person, people tend to give you more favors. If you're not getting these kind of favors from people, people don't think you look that good, bro.
I just can't picture someone who sits down and listens to that hogwash and like seriously reflects on it going, damn, now that I think about it, no one's ever let me cut them in line randomly, all because of my Adonis-like figure and great looks. I guess I'm really just not good looking. This is something that clearly happens for beautiful people. Fucking cartoons don't even have that happen.
Number 2, women never buy you expensive gifts. When you're an attractive guy, women tend to buy you things of real high worth. The better you look, the more women are willing to go above and beyond to show that they appreciate you.
Jinkies, this guy thinks that being attractive is like a cheat code in a video game. Like everyone just gives over all of their loot to you because you've reached max charisma. Like you just stand at the Grand Exchange in RuneScape and people are just giving you all of their items or some shit. All just because you're good looking. What? What woman is going up to a stranger and giving him a Louis Vuitton bag because he's great looking? Also, why are you getting a Louis Vuitton bag? I imagine what happened here is he bought her an expensive gift and then told her to give it to him for the sake of this fucking stupid video. That's what I think was going on with that little scene there. I just love his mentality around it though. You might be ugly as shit if people aren't letting you cut in line and if they're not giving you Gucci bags. I'm just saying. Every time I go somewhere, everyone says, holy shit, he's beautiful. Everyone move! Move! Can't you see he wants to eat Chipotle? Clear path, move! He's so good looking. Go on. Also, throw your wallets at him, quick. He deserves more items. We have to shower him with gifts to show him how much we appreciate his good looks and he's gracing us with his presence.
And number 3, no one ever tells you bless you. When you sneeze, as an unattractive person, nobody notices you exist. The more attractive you are, everybody's telling you bless you. Why? Because they think you look good. When you don't look good, no one trying to bless you.
This technique is so advanced, I'm shitting my pants. I swear to God, I thought this was satire. I thought this was all a joke, and I thought it was kind of a banger skit, like a parody, but it's not. This is actually, he actually believes these things. This isn't a joke he's making. These are real videos, and this is his real whole personality. It's crazy. He truly believes that people saying bless you in public is an indication that you're good looking, and if someone doesn't say bless you, or if people don't say bless you after you sneeze, you must be ugly. Does he have a brain of like a 6-year-old? What? Just imagine that. Achoo! Get the fuck out of here. This ugly guy sneezed. He sneezed. Hey, that sneeze came from an ugly guy. No one say bless you. This guy looks like shit. He's got a stupid face. Fuck you. Boo! Boo! You're ugly. Meanwhile, if a pretty person sneezes, everyone's like throwing money at them and showering with gifts, letting them cut in line and saying bless you.
Here are some weird signs that you're an average man. Number 1, no one ever talks about your looks. Guys, if you never hear how handsome you are, you're an average dude. Especially from women. If you don't hear how cute, attractive, good looking you are, you're average, bro. Number 2, your net worth is under 6 figures. Guys, you no longer can be a man, an able-bodied man in 2023 in the Western world and have under 6 figures. You're making under 6 figures. Women won't even take you seriously, bro. You're a regular dude. You have to make more money.
This is just a box that you are obligated to check if you want to be an alpha male content creator or a red pill content creator. It has to be all about 6-figure income. That is a necessity. You will not make it in the space unless you are financially shaming the people that are watching you. I don't know why the audience loves to be humiliated by the person they're watching about their finances. It's some real cuck energy shit, but it is a requirement. So he's putting in the work there, letting people know like, hey, no. You gotta have 6 figures or else you're just an average cringe beta. And also, if women aren't telling you you're handsome, you're average. Mom tells me I'm handsome all the time, so I don't need to worry about that.
And number 3, you don't have abs. Every single man should be between 10 to 12% body fat. Being in great shape shouldn't be a choice for you. If you don't have abs, bro, you're pretty average.
It's like listening to a teenage girl describe what she thinks a man should be after watching Twilight. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, though, he speaks about being average as if it's the worst thing in the world, like this unforgivable sin. And that's just a sign of the times where everyone thinks that you need to be like the special snowflake. Everyone's gotta be like the most unique Sigma grinder, or else what's the point? I just find that to be so pathetic. He is an average guy. This is not a guy who's going in the street turning heads. Very few people are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let him convince you otherwise. People aren't letting him cut in line. There's probably plenty of times people don't say bless you when he sneezes in public. And I promise you, sodden panties aren't dropping when he mentions his net worth to women. He even posts some videos of him out in the field talking to women, and they are damn near unwatchable. He has the same amount of riz as someone on Discord does in a Valorant server. It's rough. Like, I've got to show you this one.
Where are you heading to now?
I was actually gonna go to the mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seem like a cool person.
Yeah.
Well, we should hang out.
I have a boyfriend.
Okay. No worries. Thank you. You guys to rate my body 1 through 10.
I guess about a 10.
And you?
8.
What do you think I need to work on to make it a 10?
It ain't nothing you can work on. You just short.
Yikes. Oof. That comment about being short hits me right here. 5'6" gang. I feel you, brother. That's rough. But the first one is about like how to handle rejection. In his credit where credit's due, in his defense, at least he wasn't like a lot of the other alpha male weirdos that just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and don't take no for an answer. At least after like the painful 60 seconds he spends of just absolutely hammering this poor woman with tons and tons of questions, he at least just bows out respectfully like, oh, okay, no worries. After just wasting a minute of her time just asking nonsense questions for the sake of his video. I spared you a lot of that misery. I couldn't help but leave in that last little tidbit where he dropped the actual iconic line of, "You seem like a cool person." That is verbatim what every trash pickup artist ever has said on camera. And it has never ever worked ever. And never ever will. It was pretty bad. Anyway, though, he's not playing a character and these aren't satirical. His whole life and his whole career revolves around his physique and his looks. He's a narcissist. When he jerks off, he's probably not even coming from whatever video he's watching or whatever he's stimulating himself with. He's probably coming to the fact that he gets the honor of touching his own penis. Like, this guy, everything he says and does is all about his own interpretation of his beauty. And he tries to impart that onto his audience and tries to give them advice to guide them down his path of what he believes it is to be a beautiful man. And it's very odd. It's so weird. I actually went to his channel and he was streaming at the time. And he has a lot of content where he just has men call him and he'll rate them and try and improve their looks. So he tries to turn these dudes into better looking men in his eyes. Like, well, I wouldn't fuck you like that. So here's what I would do to help you get to a fuckable point. And I actually tuned in for quite a while. There were a couple of moments where he offered like legitimately good advice in between kind of like shitting on a couple of people, but he did sometimes offer like advice to people that were seeming a bit lost on things, which was cool to see, but then it was sandwiched in between just making fun of the person and offering dog shit advice. I do think there is real value in sometimes having someone come in and just be blunt about things that you might want like a second opinion on, like, hey, I'm not exactly sure if this hairstyle's working, what do you think? And just having someone be kind of honest about it. I wish someone would have done that for me in high school when I shaved the sides of my head but kept the top long so it was a fucking reverse rat tail. I looked like some kind of crazy villain out of the X-Men. But I'm not convinced he's the fucking oracle people should be going to get answers to all their questions or get advice from. It's a real mixed bag, and it seems like most of the time people just end up being the butt of the joke for him and his chat, as opposed to trying to actually offer legitimately good advice. But the point is, his whole identity online is revolving around being a narcissist and trying to be like the alpha male presenting to other men to try and like give them advice and put them on the path of alpha, which is so cringe.
This is how you sit like a fucking man. You don't sit with your legs spread open. You don't sit with your legs crossed. You don't sit hunched over. You sit up straight. Legs are shoulder width apart. Back is relaxed. Shoulder blades are relaxed. You don't sit like you're scared. You don't sit scratching your head. Little things like this, guys, affect how people treat you. If you're at a meeting or you're on a date with a girl and you like this or you like this, she's gonna be like, who is this little girl? Sit like a man, comfortable. You're gonna look like one.
Sitting tutorials? Really, brother? You know what a man doesn't do? Teach other men how to sit. Try and preach about how a man should sit. What the fuck? No, you don't sit like this. 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 You sit like this. And you sit like this. And you sit like this. And then you sit like this. And then maybe you sit like this. With a little bit of honking. And then women are going to love you. And then they're going to let you cut in line. And if you sneeze, everyone's saying bless you, I swear to God. And it's all because of how you sit.
It is possible to make your junk bigger, bro. You just don't know how. There have literally been clinical studies that prove that using traction devices, lengthening devices can improve your size over time. The problem that men have is you don't know which routine or what to do to actually make it work. What I'm gonna say is improving your size is possible, but it takes a lot of time and you need to do it the safe way. I've been improving my size for over the last year and a half. I've helped other guys do the same thing. You can see their results as well.
Please don't tell me you are giving men advice on how to make their cock bigger in Discord messages. That is so fucking weird. What? Oh, God. So I told you Jelking is back. Like, Jelking has made a huge resurgence. So he has a couple videos about making your penis bigger, like enhancing wee-wee size. And so he has like a couple of shorts about it. brother, what? And he's talking about how he's been working on his size too, which is a huge self-report on that. That's telling me that you got a small wiener and you're coping with it a little bit. Like, man, why? This is not alpha anymore. It never really was in the first place, but Jesus. Giving PP enhancement size tips through Discord messages? What? Anyway, though, I'll stop yapping about it. It's just always so fun to find a new alpha male to talk about and joke about. So I just had to talk about it a little bit. That's it. So yeah.